Oh, hello, everybody. Now, welcome back to another episode of The War for Wildemount. Woo! Let's go ahead and get back into it. All right, all right. Uh-oh, I'm slacking. There's no music. Ah! Give me one moment as I try to get the tone ready. No worries. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. Last episode on The War for Wildemount. Our heroes have arrived to the city of Nicodronas in search of Nahon and the Stone after a bunch of events that had happened in the north. And then once you guys had gotten to the city to meet up with Nahon, a bunch more chain of events started to occur as you guys got split up. There was a public humiliation. There was also what I would say a counseling session right after the public humiliation. But as you guys continued through Mayet, Lesia, and Yuri, you guys went to the temples to try to find out more information of the vision that Lesia had had while she was unconscious during the crazy fight trying to find Nahon. And as you all learned a little bit more, the rest of the party was at the docks trying to figure out the next step. As one by one, everybody kind of met up with each other, meeting and finding what had happened, or what's left of Sir Marcus. After you guys had met up, you guys had came with an idea. You guys had the good idea to go to the captain of the Emerald's Eye to try and get a voyage towards these islands that Leslie had found out about. They were heading in somewhat the same direction, but with a separate mission on their own. You guys had agreed to use them as a voyage back and forth, and who knows? You guys, I don't know if you guys have agreed to helping Captain Avos in his further adventures as well. But the next morning, everyone awoken and met up to try to plan for the day ahead, as you all are leaving this morning, or setting sail this morning, excuse me. And as there's some members on the top deck, I'll start with Sir Marcus. You awaken in a hammock, kind of very sore, other than the bruises on your body and the beating that you've taken that is making you hurt. The sleeping position is not very comfortable, so it adds on to the extra pain level a little. But once you have enough energy, you almost get yourself, you put yourself, or you get your feet out of the hammock and kind of rest on the floor. And with that, what would you like to do?
He's gonna try to get his bearings. His head is still spinning. He gets up. His way wants to make his way out. He's looking around. He's seeing no. He sees Yuri slowly towards him. Is he asleep?
Is Yuri asleep?
At the moment, he's probably actually reading a Maori's book. He's probably seeming to study on it. He'd been doing some of that the past night, but quickly fell asleep, so he's kind of trying to catch up on that now. But yeah, I guess he looks up as you approach. Oh, Sir Marcus. Morning.
Is it morning?
So? He kind of, there are like, there are no cannons, like, below deck, are there?
There's no cannons, no.
Any sign of, like, sunlight peeking through, like,
Yes, I forgot to make that there is extra little portcullises pouring through for here, because I realized there was only 2 here, or only 4. But there's about let's say 5 on each side, so it gives you a good amount of light pouring in now as the sun's starting to come up.
He kind of looks up to you.
He looks around. Where is everybody?
Might be upstairs. Not sure, really.
What are you reading?
Oh, the book Mari gave me. The one on magic. Yesterday, I read.
He nods and smiles. You're going to magic now.
Maybe. I thought maybe just knowing how to defend against it.
It's not bad to know.
Yeah, for the moment that you were kind of like looking down at him, he began to kind of like look a little tense and uncomfortable, kind of like looking away. But when you say that, he kind of looks back to you and he looks almost happy, and he nods.
Yeah, he felt his tension and wants to make him comfortable.
Yeah.
I'll head upstairs and see what's going on.
Aye.
Right.
I'll be right at myself. Alright. Thank you, sir, for everything.
There's nothing thankful. Continues. And is it morning? Is it again?
Yes.
So the light is still bright for his eyes. He kind of like his hands up and shields his eyes from the sun. He feels like when the light hits his eyes, his head starts to hurt. He looks around and to see what's going on. Not saying anything. See.
You see the deck is kind of filled with some of your party members that are wandering around and they haven't noticed you yet. You see that the other crew members are getting things ready for the sail. Ginger and Davos have been over preparing some lines and the sails as well, getting them geared and ready. And it is make a perception check too. While you're at it. The ocean breeze is coming in as well this morning, and it makes it very cool, almost comforting as well once you're out on top of the deck. And the city smell is not really around as well right here. It's more ocean. And when you look back onto the docks and such, with the 23, when you look, you're about, I'd say, 40 feet to the nearest buildings, to the nearest street where it starts to turn into buildings. You can see about 100 feet away, on top of a building, is a familiar looking person with a hood on and like leaning on a bow, just looking at the ship.
He takes
And you
like,
go ahead and you take a second, you peer at him, and you kind of like focus in him for a moment longer, and it's just gone.
takes like a couple of steps towards the railing here. Looks and turns to see if any of the others had noticed anything.
No, you can see everybody is engaged in conversation at the moment.
Did I recognize who it was?
You recognized it was the man in the red cloak that was on top of the roof that had shot you guys. He had ambushed you all a day earlier.
Okay.
He's the one that was the third party in the attack of all that. When Omari was meeting home, sorry.
He starts walking towards the group, faster paced than no, not fast, but faster. But still glancing towards the rooftops. Good morning.
Yeah, my shoulders are all fucked up. Oh, Marcus.
Morning.
Morning. You see my hand is still on
Good
my
morning.
shoulders.
Yeah. He nods to everybody and like once in a while like peeks towards the rooftops. Have you noticed anyone following us?
Following.
I don't think
No,
so.
I've been pretty careful, at least until we got around here.
Well, the people that attacked us on the roofs when Omar was meeting Nahum. One that fled. I think I saw one of them. Over there. That rooftop.
Right now? Yeah.
Kind of like looks up to the rooftop.
Yeah, me too.
I'll
Yeah,
fly to the side as well.
Perception.
Roger.
He points towards where it is. Where he saw
Yeah.
Nani?
Sure.
No! See that island 7 miles away? Let's see it.
Sadly. Oh, hello, JP.
Hey!
Hello,
What
welcome.
What's up?
Yep, we're already in the game.
Marcus just got on the ship. He saw something in the distance.
What do you see?
He came up to everybody, and everybody's trying to look to see. And
A
once
hooded
everybody
figure
kind of-
sulking on
once
the
everyone
rooftop.
looks,
I'm gonna roll perception, natural 20.
yes. Well,
A
Leslie
second.
already hit a natural 20.
Natural
Yeah,
20? What is it?
You can't have a
I'm gonna-
natural 20. It's
I'll jump in the
already
water.
taken.
Leslie and Nahon, you both peer out onto the rooftops. Nahon, you don't see anyone right away. Not until Lesia. You say it first, but there's some people on the balconies and such kind of walking through on the second stories of the buildings and such. And you can see Lesia, you saw him first, and then Nahon, you saw him second. But Lesia, you see a red tiefling just with the hood up, a hood over his shoulders, just looking towards the boat.
Oh. The spooky music means means that we're getting watched.
On the balcony.
I thought they would be following us, but hoped we had some time.
Do they know we're on this boat?
Yes, they are
Do you
looking
mind
at
if I
They're
go see if I can
looking
see him?
directly at us.
Son of a bitch, then.
Should probably keep
Question. Is Trixie still doing her little sage dance around the ship? That-
She's finishing it up as she finishes saying up a little prayer for the Wild Mother and just kind of places the sage on the boat and kind of gives a nod. She kind of like jumps when she sees you for a second, like, oh, sorry. Can I help you?
What's the goal behind that? And I kind of glance at the sage.
This the captain here is sometimes a bit suspicious, and when he feels the need to ask for aid for a trip, we burn sage and say some prayers for the Wild Mother. A few other things as well.
Has it worked?
So far, for the last 3 years that I've been on ship, yes.
They are alive.
And I guess he's been doing this for quite a while, so you should ask either Ginger or Chantel, or excuse me, she says Shanti, or Shanti. They might know a little more. They've been on the ship longer than Bob and Darvos and me.
I see.
Well, it's good news. Perhaps we should go below deck. I wanted to talk to everybody real quick.
About
Yes.
the man on the roof.
Amari just gives you a glance, like, we'll talk about it in a minute.
Very well.
And Amari's gonna start turning to head the way towards the stairs. So
And when you did that, so Michael was like, oh.
Right back around.
Woo!
yeah,
I have to
Amari's gonna come through here.
change the.
Good.
Okay. You guys go below deck, and you all see Yuri just packing up some of his stuff and preparing.
So Marcus is observing him,
Hello.
like discreetly.
Anything specific?
No, he's just looking at him like,
Alrighty.
you know, he has to say goodbye soon.
Yeah.
Well, I guess to bring matters into perspective, it's rather clear that we're being watched. So, what does that mean? What should we do about it?
The captain, does he know? What does the captain know about us?
He knows. He knows our names, and okay. When we first met him, I lied to him. Okay, I said that I was a researcher. That was before I changed it back. I was like the other person, and me and the home. And then I talked to him. I told him that I was a researcher because I thought it would help with the case and whatnot. And turns out he just charged us more because he's a dick. I don't know. But regardless, we had to lie to him. Honestly, I didn't even have to lie to him, but that made him think that we might be being watched or chased, and he's alright. So we are being watched and now chased. So,
This was before we thought you were welcoming with us. Before, so you know.
he's alright. Yes,
Is he alright with that?
more or less. Yes, as long as we keep our part on the ship and help out where necessary. So yes.
Well, I can help with the ship.
Right. I'll do what I can as well, right? I'll do what is available, but that's not the issue at hand currently. The man on the roof, I'm sure everybody saw him, or the balcony, right?
We did see him. Same person I saw.
If we are still going out to get supplies, we'll need to be careful.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to mention. Perhaps you all should stay here. I can disguise myself. I can go out if you give me a shopping list and gather everything I need, and then I can just come back and pass it out.
Yes, but if men see you in disguise get off the boat,
So that
probably
way,
suspect you
they
anyway.
don't know who's below deck. If I just transform now, come up and walk off the ship, they won't know otherwise.
They'll still probably follow you.
Yes, it is
I
risky.
just
Much as I like the idea and wish it to happen, worried. I think we'll be safe as long as you stay together. So stay together. No split up because you might get hit.
okay. Well, let's
And
to the next point. Where are we going? What all the stops we're going to make? I know Marcus and I wanted to go to an armor smith and a weaponsmith, and Dominicus as well. So where
Yeah.
else do we need to go? Yes,
I need to go to the apothecary.
apothecary. I also would like to check out in the magic shops as well. We have a surplus of gold in the bag. How much was that, by the way? I never actually got it.
It's
shit,
750 gold and 250 plat.
It's 2,500 gold.
Yes.
I'm
Oh,
bad
you
at
guys
math.
can buy some nice fancy boots.
It's 3,250 gold. So we do have a large sum in the bag. Ideally 3,250 gold pieces. I also have money on my person, and if there is any money that you guys need to throw in, if we to find anything of interest, so be it. But I do believe that this is the opportunity to stock up on items, health potions, for example, other items that we might need. After what happened before, we've seems to be coming across increasingly stronger enemies. It's almost like we're leveling up or something. It's odd.
What?
But regardless, we need we need to gather in equipment and other items that could help us on our journey. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think these seas are going to be very kind to us. And also,
that I can agree with.
Right.
Um,
Right, Mark. Just think of it as like the high ground. When you're a level higher, you're the high
Right,
ground.
exactly,
It's much more advantage. So yeah.
right.
Oh, like story.
not following.
Okay. Yeah.
So look, if for example someone was watching us, ethereally, and he was to, in a sense, put enemies in front of us, they would be on
Lucy
par with
leaves.
our level.
He gets more and more confused. All right, so how long will this shopping take?
It depends. But let's head out. We need to be as quick as possible.
You can also shop at the next harbor.
That's true.
That's if they want to stop.
Hmm.
I think this
Besides,
place is
We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Nicodronas is
Well,
too dangerous for us.
yes, it's
Well-
risky, but that in any case, I noticed you are almost at the barrows. Might be important to do that.
Okay, so if we're going
I
out,
think you,
we'll be back in an half an hour. Is that enough?
longer than that. Trust me, I've tried.
maybe an hour.
Hour.
Lucy approaches the captain.
You start walking up towards the captain, and Chantal, she kind of stops. She stops the conversation, and walks away to give you both privacy.
There is no more room on the ship, correct?
We have room for. Depends, I guess. I only have a little bit of space left.
There is someone suspicious on the docks that seems to be watching the ship. I would rather they not join us.
Gives you a raised eyebrow, and he starts looking around the docks. Does this have to do with any of your friends?
It might. If I could pay to make sure that nobody else comes aboard.
He crosses his arms. I do not like trouble.
This is to avoid trouble.
But if you all bring more trouble to me, that is even more trouble. Now, I can solve this and just kick you all off right here. But say that I will take you on this journey. You have already stayed the night on the ship. The only difference now is that it will be a little more expensive.
I will cover it.
Will you now?
Hmm.
It will be. He's charging. What it was, 10 gold a person, and then 12 gold for Amari and Nahon. He's gonna now
Yep.
make it 14 gold per person now.
Alright, so that would be an extra math.
Is this per
14 gold per person per
Yeah,
week.
per week.
per week? Okay.
That's about 20 gold.
20 gold?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, I will hand 20 gold to the captain.
He grabs it. A 20 gold? A 20 is only enough for 2 people if it's
Hold on,
Um,
I'm trying,
per
trying to do
That's
math
the on
right
top
now.
of the. You already got paid.
What did
Yeah.
you raise it to?
He already paid
yes.
per
So
set.
20 more gold, sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah,
given
Mari-
him, you've given
Right.
him 60.
I already paid him
And then
64. No, I paid him 64.
You already given him. You already gave him 64. Now it's 20
Yeah.
more gold because you did the math. Gotcha. No worries.
Yeah.
84 gold in total.
Yeah, no,
per
he'll-
week now.
Mm-hmm.
He'll go
I'm not
ahead
paying
and
for that shit.
That's
I'm
just
not
for
even
the
the one that
first
told
week.
him.
he'll go ahead and take it. We can handle a fight ourselves. However, business is your business. There's only so much I can do. But let us say your secret is safe for me. No one will know that you are on the ship.
Give a nod. We have about an hour before we leave port, yes?
He gives a nod. Depending as well, since you will have to buy dues from shopping as well. If you're not here by an hour and a half, the ship will leave.
Very well.
He gives a nod.
Alright. I'm gonna kind of look down the steps. We need to go.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're
but
already heading out.
Oh, alright.
I will say, I think I will stay here. It's probably best. They're after me, after all. Me
Right.
and the storm.
Yeah.
No, if they come aboard board, then you're the only person with the crystal.
Perhaps, but
So therefore, we won't be able to protect you or the crystal, which is
But normally-
the entire reason we're leaving.
escape is easy.
The captain protects the ship. If anybody makes
Hmm.
trouble, then nobody the captains will step in.
I suppose if whatever attacks is stronger than him and the rest of the crew, then I mean, what are we going to do?
I doubt that.
That's what I mean.
I mean, I doubt that they will be strong enough to do that. Not to mention, cast a shadow on them. People will notice.
Exactly.
I think I
That's-
will be okay.
I
Okay,
don't know if
man.
I should go either. He looks
Hmm.
like he looks down, but he's tried to hide what he feels. Gives this stern face again. Might be best if I stay here.
No, you have to go, Marcus.
You do need armor.
Right. And I'm going to have to pay for it, and I don't know what you want. So come with us. I think whatever is settled with you, the dust has already been laid out, so
Agreed.
not quite sure if there's anybody else going to be looking for you to cause trouble.
That is not my concern.
What
Is
is
there over my face?
I
Uh,
have
He
nothing
looks
further.
more embarrassed.
I see.
Hmm.
The clock is ticking.
That's
Never
true.
mind.
We know
It's all right.
you will be fine.
Your face is pretty beat up and dirty.
It's fucked.
Mm,
Anyway, let's go.
If we find a clothing shop along the way, perhaps we can get a mask or something. Let's go.
Good luck.
Oh, yeah, you're
Uh,
coming
my
with
yes.
us.
All right.
Steps up and looks at
Sure.
Maya.
Is he here?
Yeah, I've got a few things to buy. Sorry, I was
Mm.
lost in thought.
Right, we are heading there now.
Okay. I think we're going to need. I'd like to probably pick up a few potions. Well,
Mm.
Right. Have 1 hour.
and another. Okay, yeah, that's plenty.
All right, go quick. Nahum
Disappoint-
kind of steps forward to my for just a second, and yes, before you go,
What?
I am sorry. Will not happen again.
Was gonna
Hmm.
walk off.
I'm just gonna lean back in his hammock.
Yuri will just,
Yui will walk with them, I guess. Yeah.
yeah, he'll look over at Nahon and give a little wave goodbye.
Nahum gives a wink.
Like Yuri gives a little kind of like nod, almost knowing that you got their back, now, and you're watching over them. And Yuri starts heading out with Mayan. Gets to the top deck, and as you guys are making your way out, so does Yuri.
We have about 90 minutes before they leave without us, so we need to go.
All right. It's probably best if I leave now. So, longer I stay with you, I think they might see me. So, best if I just go. Yeah.
You'll be
Perhaps.
alright.
All right.
Sad to see it.
We'll meet again, though.
Sure you will.
I hope.
Remember what I told you, Yuria.
Aye. And I still need to return your ring. At least now it's on his ring finger.
Mari just glances down at it and gives you a smile. And then he kind of turns and places his hand against the back of your, like in between your shoulder blades to kind of usher you along as we walk.
Mhm.
Stepping off the boat.
Yuri, do you still have your horse?
No, sir. She died.
How much a horse is, Marcus?
Alright, listen. I'm gonna take my horse. As soon
What?
as you get on my horse, ride as fast as you can. Out of the city. Quick.
Yes, sir.
We are being watched.
I think you put the horse in the stables, aye, so you don't have to take her out.
How much your horse is otherwise? How much does it cost?
In the dash, they're about 75 gold.
I could give you the money if you need a horse.
That's a lot of gold. I don't think I can survive without it.
Okay, well, if you're certain of it,
It just take me a bit longer, but be fine.
Stay away from the roads. For the first while.
Aye. So I'll take your horse, sir, or
Yes, you do.
You
Aye.
could pick it up from there if you walk up and say the name and just say you write a letter.
Sure. Yeah, that works.
yeah, it works.
Oh yeah. I'll write it for you.
Oh, good.
Anybody got something?
All right. Okay, well, Uriel, then it was nice to meet you, and I hope we cross paths again very soon.
Aye.
Have safe
Likewise.
travels, okay? Make sure to say goodbye to everybody else before you leave.
Kind of looks over at my yet Thank you, miss. It was nice talking to you.
Oh, I think she
Yeah, she's AFK.
AFK.
Kind of looks to Marcus, gives a nod and a faint smile.
Just takes a step forward, pulls him into him, and gives him a hug.
Just seems kind of like shocked for a second, but he does give you a hug back.
He makes it short, like kind of. All right, on your way.
Yes, sir. See you later.
Turns around and
Yeah.
Amari's gonna follow after him.
Rusty is waiting off the boat, tapping her foot.
Yep. Uriel is gonna leave the moment after they do.
you can see like Marcus doesn't look as you can see he's beat up, like he doesn't walk like straight as he normally used to. he's gonna
All
As,
done.
go ahead.
All done.
yes.
Yeah, we're all done. Let's go.
All right. Lesia starts moving.
And while we are walking out on the streets, he's like he doesn't look at people. He looks more like down, try to avoid people's gaze.
Amari is he's gonna walk alongside Marcus, kind of like almost shoulder to shoulder, but he's gonna stay kind of as comfortably as close as he can to him as they're walking.
About how much time do we have left now?
You guys still have it was 10 minutes knocked off right there.
Okay.
And Yuri, as you make your way down the opposite street, watching the group go off into the main street from the dock, disappearing into the crowd and then into the city. You're now left there alone in the giant mix of everybody walking in a sporadic pattern. As they pass by you, you just kind of stand there, almost feeling a little bit at peace, but now kind of uneasy as to what you're going to face in the future.
Takes a breath. Kind of looking not at anyone around him, but at the kind of path made by them, and he's gonna start walking. Giving a kind of a quick glance toward the rooftops, just to make sure they're not watching him.
Go ahead, make a perception.
Uriel is there. It is. Boop.
You look around and you don't see anyone notice you at all.
All right. Yeah, so I'll move on toward the stables.
All right. And that is where we'll see Uriel later, everybody. Woo!
Bye.
Confirmed.
Bye, Uriel. All right. You all make your way down the main street. Through the couple, you guys trudge through the streets almost. As you guys make your way towards the open quay, you all see this strange tower that kind of is in a little bit in a few blocks away from you all, but it towers above everything else. Kind of watching over the whole open quay itself. It's a sandstone-ish with a blue rooftop. Amari, you look at it and instantly it looks like a wizard's tower.
All right. I'll just sort of admire it as we walk along. Just keeping my eyes fixated on it for a little while. Trying to study it.
I know what it is.
Yeah, you would know that is to be use. Hold on. I'll get the name correct. No. It is a wizard. You know it to be a wizard elf, or an elf wizard named Alleluius. He has bought the open quay and kind of owns the section, and the merchant guilds pay him to kind of like be in this land and going to be in this little area.
It's the wizard Alleluia.
Wizard, you say?
He noticed that Amari was staring at it.
Do you know much about him?
No. That lives there.
Perhaps I could meet him someday.
Perhaps. Marcus is feeling on.
Alright, which of the shops on our list do we see first?
All right. Let me pull up this real quick.
And about how long did it take us to get here?
About another 20 minutes to get to, or probably 20 to 30 minutes getting to the store. And the sign, you know it to be, Marcus, you've heard of this place before, but it is called the Seafloor's Bounty. It is like a general shop and like magic shop as well, where it is it is a place where sailors who've come around with trading goods come to this place and sell everything that they have. They have a lot of oddities and sometimes pretty rare things, just at some occasions, just depending on which ships come in with what cargo.
Marcus lead them there?
I think if anybody would have been like, "Hey, where are we going?" You would have been like, "Just that way, I guess," and kind of like would half-ass point them in a direction. But it would have been easy enough to get to the location. The shop stands out quite large.
Let's head in.
Okay. You all make your way in, and it is a very, I'd have to say, ship, naval-like interior, where there's fishnets like all around the roof and such, barrels and everything just kind of like being held up together by it.
Sorry, what was the name of the place again?
Seafloor's Bounty.
Alright.
Excuse me.
This is the magic shop. I look at Marcus.
Never did much shopping myself. About the shop and get.
Alright, let's take a quick look around.
Amari's gonna enter the store, and is there like an attendant nearby, at the desk or whatever?
No, there's just a bunch of parrots and little birds just all around the place, and as soon as you all enter, the birds and the parrots just start chirping. People, People.
Oh, that is an interesting alert system.
People.
It's like
Okay,
non-life
my bird's
alarm.
way cooler.
Pussy just nods a little bit.
As you guys enter in further, there's shelves and shelves of all sorts of things, as well as it looks to be just sections of like general good items as well in certain parts of the store. But you guys see behind the curtain pulls over a large, stout dwarf that seems pretty old. He has a pure, like grayish white beard that comes out. He has an eye patch over his left eye. He comes out with a pipe, kind of smoking. He has a bandana on his head that's purple and gold, while he has a kind of like a white shirt that's rolled up and just some like tight kind of like sailor striped pants with leather boots. He starts making his way down, and you can see he has some tattoos on his forearms and such. He gets up. What can I do for you all? And he kind of looks like his face is stuck, just squinting in just one side to the left side where like he has no eye. And he almost looks like he's about to speak him every time.
Amari's gonna kind of step closer towards in the general direction. While we're just in general passing by,
Passing by.
Right. We were just passing by, and we were hoping to come in here and maybe find some different oddities, treasures, anything magical, interesting. Do you have anything sort of like that?
All I have it is interesting, boy.
Well,
The
it seems as though we're in luck.
shite brothers.
Is there a particular place where the magic items are?
Look around. Kind of store things whenever I can. Don't really have much time to spend stocking. And you guys kind of, when you really look around, a lot of stuff is just kind of like thrown on the shelves, kind of like piled up in places as well. It looks like very much thrift shoppy.
Right.
I guess we'll take a look around.
I'm going to look specifically for spell scrolls.
Okay. I would say there's an easy way of finding items. I don't know if you guys will cast spells, but
I'm sure there is, but
I
might need it.
Might need magical items. You don't know.
That's true. I'll look around for first, and then if I don't find anything, I might cast detect magic.
No worries. It'll be a little hard to find specific stuff, but you guys might find some things. So, Lesia, you wish to find what?
Pretty much just like any sort of magical equipment.
And you want scrolls. Both of you make an investigation check. Anybody else looking for anything?
No, Marcus is just standing in the background.
Mayette's looking for any kind of magical clothing.
Okay. Roll an investigation.
Or interesting clothing.
Or a perception. Either or. Sorry. You can choose either unless, perception or...
Oh, in that case, that would be a plus 2 more, so 13.
13, 21, and 7. All right. So, Amari, you are searching around. You find one scroll.
Okay.
And it has like this weird seal on it as well. But the seal on it seems to be, when you look at it more closely, it seems to be a magical seal that prevents you from opening it entirely.
Oh, okay. I'll pick it up, and I'll kind of march it over towards where the dwarf is, and I'll hold it up in my hand. I saw this on the shelf. I was wondering, exactly what is it? I know it's a scroll of a kind, but could you mind telling me the specifics?
He starts looking at it, and picks it up and kind of waves his hand over for a second, mutters something under his breath, and the little stamp kind of lock was just wrapped around it, just unveils, and like the ribbon slides right into this little metal cap. And he sets it on the table and he opens it. Says here, you got yourself on this one, because I think there's a few around here wandering around. You have the spell as Pulse Wave.
Pulse wave?
Aye. And
Why his eyebrows raised that? Oh,
another
okay.
one. Lightning Bolt. Oh, fancy that.
Okay, well,
Throws that.
lightning bolt. Hold on. Okay. So how much would you say that you would sell either of these separately? How much?
Well, it's all together on one scroll, so
I see.
I'll go ahead and say that scroll, 250 gold.
Okay. Sure. I'll set it here on the counter and wait for my friends to finish up, and we'll see what we want to do when it comes to buying stuff. But I am interested, so I'll leave it here. Okay. I'll set it down, and then just kind of look around in general, just kind of passing glances, just waiting for everybody else.
So, bless you. You're walking around, and you notice Mayette looking around as well. Mayette, you get defeated as you don't seem to find anything, but you're near Lycia when the only thing that catches your eye is this golden brooch.
What's this thing? Small and pretty.
I'll take a look at it.
You pick it up, and I'm not sure what it is, but it is a very gold. It is pure gold with this very deep inlaid design within it, kind of making a little 3D effect of a flower kind of flourishing. It looks to be a rose.
Does it feel magical, I guess?
I'd have to say make an Arcana check.
Okay. $14.
Yeah, you're able to kind of gather a sense around this object.
Going in.
Well, you guys can find spending about 10 extra minutes searching after 30 minutes getting there.
Hey, Mr. Dwarf guy.
Howdy.
What's this pretty weird gold brooch thing?
How did I see that, lass? Not matter.
Alright, I'll just wander up to him and be like, hey, by the way, your tattoos are cool. Where did you get them?
Oh, thank you. I did them myself back when I was young.
Do you do tattoos, like, right now?
I don't think we have time yet.
Fine,
I don't know
okay.
what it is, but Can.
What is this cool brooch thing? I'll have to come back later for a test.
That thing. Oh, that's a what they would call a wild mother's brooch. Shields that person.
How?
Well, you wear it. You have resistant to force damage. And that blasted spell, magic missile. Those bloody bastards that use it won't hit you. I'd say that item's pretty pricey, though.
How much?
600 gold, how much? Ha!
Amari's glancing over. If you really want it, Maya, we can get it for you.
No, I don't think so.
It's alright.
I mean, it's pretty, but I don't know if I really need it. I'm looking for something a little bit different.
I see.
You're looking for less.
Do you have anything that, like, changes people's appearance?
No, I haven't had one of those in years, but I've seen one.
Oh, so they exist. That's a good start.
Hey.
Take my eyes out. I know. Do you have any like anything that like holds a lot of like food or like water or stuff? We're going on a trip.
Maya, we have one of those already.
Yeah, but like one that can create like good tasting food for us.
So you want a bag that creates food?
I want a thing that creates food for us.
I would like one of those as well.
Mom always used to do it by magic, so I figured it's probably like a thing she had. I don't know. Oh well. What about weapons? I feel like maybe Mark might like a weapon.
Exactly, yes. Do you have any swords, perhaps? Magical swords? Or something of the sort? Perhaps a sword that is sharp or exceptionally
Maybe
better?
some magical arrows for Darman.
Right, anything such as that.
Give me a second. He gives you kind of like this, like he has that face, where it's kind of tucked up to one side, and his mouth is kind of open, and he looks over around this space, keeps glancing around. I don't know. I had one easy to grab somewhere. Give me a moment. Starts walking down.
You said those spells were on the same scroll, right? Like there's just two spells, but on the same scroll.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bargain.
There's also the money that you have to spend to transcribe them, though.
I already have enough for that.
Yeah.
He pulls out, like he goes up to the top, and he starts rummaging around. Pulls out this like very sharp-looking falchion. It looks very, what I would say, Middle Eastern. And he kind of like twirls it around, almost looking like he has a natural sword skill to him. Kind of looks at it a little closely. Sets it on the table. There's that thing.
What is it?
Yeah, what does it do?
A regular fountain. Not a regular one, but it's a good one. Made from dwarven steel.
Oh. Is it sharper than a normal sword or something like that? Is it?
Aye. It's just
Yeah.
plus one.
Okay. Well,
Plus
fine.
one
Okay.
attack and damage.
Is it
Um,
considered a long sword or mechanically or?
This one is because it is more Middle Eastern, and it looks more like a scimitar falchion. You know,
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Okay.
that's a scimitar. Okay.
yeah, but it's a D8. You know, it's like a longer blade, so it has that. It's just a curved blade. I say.
So it has the stats of a longsword. It just looks
Yeah.
like the falchion. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Is it
I
the
like
same?
to change up the flavors
I
of
got
it.
you. No, yeah, I agree. But just for stats purposes, we just, I was
Yes,
just-
it is a D8.
Yeah.
Is it the same shop?
Amari, he kind of leans over the top of the desk there, and he's like looking down at it, like looking at his own reflection in the metal. And how much would you sell this sword for?
Now that one is a little bit pricey, I'd have to say, than the rest. 800 gold.
Amari kind of leans back from the desk and glances over towards the rest. Honestly, I think we should get it for him. I mean, if anyone's
Good
going to use
sword.
this more than anyone, it's going to be Marcus.
You just can't tell him it's magic, Marcus.
No, right. Cannot. Just say it's a normal sword that's just extra sharp or something.
Might make him happy. He's been kind of a grump lately.
That's what I'm getting at. I think it would make him feel better. So, I think we'll take it actually. Yeah, if you guys are okay with that. Amari glances towards Leslie as well, just to
It's
make
fine.
sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so if you don't mind, I also found these interesting scrolls. If you don't mind, I'm going to purchase these both. In fact, actually, I must ask, since we're buying such expensive items today, would you be willing to cut us a deal, maybe, or lower the price on one or two of the items? Just because we are buying over 1,000 golds worth of stuff.
Mm.
How about let me cut you? Let me give you an offer. How about for both of the items we do a simple 1,000 gold, just straight? Because otherwise it would be 1,050.
For the scroll and the blade.
Right, both of them together, 800 to 250 comes out at 1,550. You just meet us. Give us a better deal because we're purchasing so much today, and we go even at 1,000.
A persuasion check.
All right. Oh, I'm not very good at those.
Do I initiate the
Yeah.
talk?
Oh, God.
It was almost a 19.
Price the price.
That's okay.
He gives you a little money.
Well, can't blame me for trying. Okay. Also, just so we don't have to roleplay it. Does Woody have like fine, like good good quality ink and paper, like good quality like spellbook paper?
No.
Awesome. Okay, well I'll go ahead and buy them for now, and then I'll get the paper some other time.
All right. So you guys purchase the blade, the scroll.
I'll pick up the blade and kind of slide it back into its sheath, and then grab it by the scabbard. Take the spell scrolls and put them in my satchel for the time being, just to keep them safe. And then head on outside, find Marcus.
Right. You go outside and Marcus, You didn't go inside, right? You were outside.
I went in,
Just
but
sitting.
he went outside.
Okay. You're outside and you're waiting, and everybody starts coming out, and Amari approaches you.
Marcus, hello. Have you been out here long?
At this point, Mark is just like staring at people walking back and forth, trading, talking. No.
Yeah, well, we have a gift for you.
Me.
Right, yeah. And I'm holding it behind my back, and whenever you turn to look at me, I'll kind of bring it around and turn my palm over so that it's just laying across my hand, basically. I'm not sure if it's quite your style, but the man said that it was magical in some ways. It's supposed to be sharper than a normal sword.
I cannot take that.
Well,
I
you
have
can, 'cause
I
we
have a
bought it
sword.
for
He taps on the orc sword.
you. Mario just glances down at the tattered piece of shit on your hip, and he just shakes his head. No. Marcus, please take this one. If anyone's going to have to protect us on the ship, you're going to be one of those people, and we need you to be well equipped for the task. So,
I
please,
cannot
just
accept
take the sword.
not accept gift.
Why not?
How much did it cost you?
500 gold.
He looks at you and looks back at the sword. Rather cheap for that sword.
Right, it was a bargain deal. Because I bought the spell scrolls, actually. So he was like, no problem, I'll just knock off 300. So here, take it. It's yours. Take it.
Marcus, you know the man to be the shop owner and to be a dwarf.
He looks at he looks at Amari. So he gave you a bargain.
Uh-huh. Yes, he did. A good bargain, actually. I think it's because he liked the way my hair looked, and I smiled at him, and he was like, "Oh, no problem. Take the sword, okay? It's yours.
Okay.
Do not buy it for nothing, please. It would mean a lot to me. Plus, you're going to use the sword to save my ass at least once. I know it's going to happen at some point, okay?"
Looks at the sword again. Back at Amari.
Oh, yeah. Here, unsheath it. Look at it. It's very beautiful. Well, it's well made. It's actually made out of dwarvish steel.
He takes the sword, like unsheathes it a little bit. Looks at the blade. Truly grateful. Did not deserve this.
Mar just dips his head. Maybe not, but I'm just a nice person, I guess.
Very good. Thank you. All of you.
Alright. Where is our next stop?
The armor smith or the apothecary?
Alright. Marcus, do you know where they are?
Yes, this way.
Right. Thank God we got a guide.
How much time do we got left, DM?
To find an armor smith, blacksmith, there's only one spot in town. It is not too far away from the Seafor's bounty.
Okay, what about the apothecary? Like, will we be able to go to the
is-
armor smith and then the apothecary and get back to the boat in time?
No, you have enough time to get to one shop.
Okay. Well, then we're gonna have to split up.
Yeah, that's one way. Everybody splits and then goes to one
So
way.
I'm gonna kind of pause and then turn to look back at the whole group. To be honest, I don't think we're going to make to both of the shops in time. I know we said not to do this, but if we're really trying to go to the apothecary, we need to split up.
Alright.
So how about Lesia and Mayet, you guys can go together, and me, Marcus, and Dorminicus can go to the armor smith, because I know Dorminicus wanted something as well.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay, well, good luck. Try to keep safe,
Yeah, you too.
of course.
Indeed.
And at that point, do you need any money, Lesia? Because I can give you some out of the bag.
I should have enough for what I need.
Yeah, right. But okay, well here I'm gonna take out 300 gold and hand it over. If there is potions, just stock up on as many as you can. Use this gold if necessary, and whatever is left over, we'll put it back in the bag. Okay.
Alright.
Okay. Thank And me, Darminicus, and Marcus are going to split off and head to the armorsmith.
Okay. You, Darminicus, and Marcus, or just
Well, is Darminicus is with us, right?
Yes.
Yeah, then he's going to go with us. Because I'm pretty sure you mentioned wanting to go to an armorsmith.
okay?
You're with
And Marcus is going to Armorsmith too, I assume, and Mayette are.
Yeah.
So you guys split off there. Split off there. Like the
Okay, cool.
the herbalist is more of an herbalist. The apothecary is on one side, you guys are on the other. And as you both start heading your directions, this is where we don't have to role play everything else super hard.
All right.
What do you guys need to get starting with the herbalist?
Okay, let me get my shopping list out. I need.
He's well prepared.
Alright. I need enough Aconite, Moonwort, Belladonna, and I have purified water, correct? So that's like part of my kit. So I just need Aconite, Moonwort, and Belladonna, enough to make brew for 5 days. If they have enough, get a full 7 days, just in case.
We'll have enough for 7 days. And
Okay.
that'll be, I'd say, in this area for everything that you need. Gonna be a gold and 5 silver.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's easy.
Wouldn't be too expensive.
Okay. And then also looking for healing potions.
Those are a little pricey.
That's fine.
So if you're wanting a small one out here, they're 100. If you want a larger one, it's 150. The largest is 300.
Okay. What about the materials? Do they have the materials on hand I would need to make healing potions?
They have a third of the materials.
Okay. In that case, I'll get 3 healing potions.
Regular ones?
Yeah. The 100 gold ones, right?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, I'll get 3 of those.
All right. And Mayette, did you need anything?
Just a few simple things.
All
I
right.
need 7 roses.
Okay.
And I want to try to see, I don't know if this is possible. I want to try to find something that smells similar to the perfume I have.
Okay.
Oh, it does weird things. And then what else? An herbalist kit if they had one.
They do. That'll be 25 gold for that, for the herbalist kit.
Unless you have an herbalist kit already.
I don't have an herbalist kit, but we have all the kits in the bag.
Yeah, we do have. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we have.
Yeah,
I was trying to remember. Okay, all right, never mind then.
No worries.
Yeah, I just need I think I just need. Unless you got the
roses.
healing potions. Yep, and the roses.
The roses and the one other item. What was it again?
Any more kind of like perfume vials or?
Okay. Yeah, they have a perfume vial or 2. That'll be about 8 gold for each, like depending on how many you're trying to get. Not 8
2
gold, 8 silver.
silver. Yeah, 2 of those.
Okay. That'll be 18 silver, or excuse me, 16 silver. And for 7 roses, it'll be 1 gold, 2 silver.
Okay. Dump all that. It'll
Oh, also, I would like to have see if they have any like fire aligned herbs. I would have a general idea of what those are. Probably the easiest one to find in this area would be the golden lungwort.
Yeah, they have a little bit of it. They would have, how much are you trying to get?
How much they got?
Probably
All of
say
it.
half a pound.
And how many alchemist fires could I make with that?
there you
About 3.
All right, yeah, I'll buy it. And also alcohol, like for the base. They
Okay.
have that.
That'll be a little more pricey.
That's
For
fine.
that stuff, it'll be about 15 gold for the
For
bag.
all of it? Okay.
And for the alcohol, for how many bottles do you need?
If it's 3, makes it be 3 uses.
Okay.
Do you have any fancy squid ink?
They do have some squid ink, not fancy squid ink.
Darn, I was looking for fancy for a
How
moment.
much is the alcohol?
8 silver for the 3 bottles.
All right. And you said I already had the distilled water, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. So I think that's good. Let me just double check one more time. Yeah, that's it.
All
Good
right.
to go.
All right. You guys are able to get everything you need, and if that is it, you both head on out with all of your items and ready to go. Marcus, Dominicus, and Amari. What do you guys need?
How many eras does this shop own?
Oh, many. How many
Okay.
do you need?
Wonderful.
Well, if that's the case, 200.
Okay, yeah.
All
Hey,
right.
that'll be, I'd say about 20 gold.
All right.
DM, does the shop owner recognize?
No.
Let's write this down. 200.
Unless you spoke. Did you speak?
Not yet.
Okay. You got that. Amari. Oh, is that all you need, Dominicus?
How about 1 shield?
That'll be about 25 gold.
All right, I'll take the shield too. So I'm gonna write that down. 20.
Okay. And do you want a round shield or a kite shield? Which one? are you trying to do?
I'll take a little, I'll take a round shield.
Okay.
All right, so it's a round.
You have yourself a little Arabic style round shield.
Round shield.
It's very southern style to the Menagerie Coast. Mari, what do you?
For myself personally, I would like just a normal leather armor.
Okay. Set of that would be about 30 gold.
Okay. And then I'm just gonna glance over towards Marcus and wait to see what he wants.
He's just standing in the background, not saying anything. He looks at the saying still.
Hey, Marcus, you see anything you like?
I have the sword, thank you.
What did you just say?
You gave me the sword. It's more than.
Okay, and I'm going to buy you armor. So pick something. Amar just has like a look of sternness on his face. Like he's stubborn. He's stubborn as shit about this.
He starts to look around, see what there is.
There's everything. There's plate, scale, chainmail, half plate.
He's looking for plate, but he's not looking at the expensive ones.
Ooh, still expensive.
Yeah, plate's fucking pricey.
I'd say half plate, you know it to be 750 gold, and full plate is about 1,000 to 1,215, or 1 to 15.
Yeah, he doesn't know the prices because he just got stuff, you know. He automatically just looks at it, and he looks at the man. How much for the plate armor?
It is a kind of big burly half orc. Walks over for the half plate.
No, full.
Full. That one. 1,200 gold.
He turns to Amari. It's too expensive. You might find
How
it
much did he
somewhere.
say?
1,200.
For the
Plate.
plate armor? Okay.
Aye.
Mari is already reaching into the bag to pull out the
Wait, no, wait.
gold.
Is there
Actually,
anything cheaper?
No. He doesn't want anything cheaper. Okay, he's used to the plate armor, so we're going to get that. Okay.
Which one do you want? We have that one, standard. This one, brigantine style. That one, darker brigantine style. This one, darker. And he starts like naming off all these different kinds and goes into it. All of it, orc made. Well, not orc made. That wouldn't be good for business.
No, it wouldn't.
I'll
Your voice sounds familiar.
He's trying to avoid his gaze now.
What's your name? My name's Callback.
I am Marcus.
Marcus Locke. By chance?
That's right.
Hmm.
He looks embarrassed now.
I know of you.
Probably not very good things. Anyway,
Only know what recently happened. That heard you're a decent man.
heard that I was a decent man.
Aye. At one point.
Well, he still is a decent man, and
He looks really surprised at the orc. Whom?
You know, the Falcons. Aye.
Falcons are good people.
I make a lot of stuff for them. They've always liked my crafts. Told me a bit about you throughout the days. Always thought, good lad then. Here's what happened. No bueno.
Well, that's the price of failure.
Tough work. Going back as it is.
Yes. Is. Anyway, I have a sword.
you just hear like a loud ding as I bang my knuckle across or against like one of the chest plates of some plate armor, like a really nice, pretty silver set that would look very, very knightly. This one.
That one.
Uh-huh.
And walks over to it. And he's a pretty big half orc. He's probably about. He's kind of balding. He looks almost like Trevor from GTA, except half orc version with tusks coming out. He walks over and his guts kind of sticking out a little bit and looks over at it. looks over at you, Marcus. Kind of has an eyebrow raised. You know, can do this one. 800. Ain't no one likes it. Ain't too pretty. Right? Looks pretty ugly.
It's fine by me. As long as it can
Wow.
withstand blows.
I think it would look very well suited on you, Marcus. Yeah, why don't you I'll pay for it, then you go ahead and go try it on, okay? See if you like it.
At Macy's.
Shut up.
I'm sorry.
And you like talk to him like he's like your kid, you know.
Amari is the sugar daddy. I'll buy you whatever you want, baby.
Also,
He looks even
Also,
more
Amari.
broken now. Marcus like, oh, they're buying stuff for me.
also, Amari,
Yeah.
you use you have a crossbow, right? And so the others,
I don't.
the others
Uh,
do, right?
I don't know. I know the Nahon has one.
All right.
We bought like a hand crossbow at one point.
Also, I'm also gonna go for as many, if so, 200 crossbow bolts as well.
He looks over. That'll be. It's a little more pricey. About 30 gold.
That's fine. I'm alright. I'll take care of this one. Just give me the
Okay.
bag. All right.
Sure.
Yeah, then I'll buy 200 crossbow bolts.
All right.
Are you using the money from the bag?
No. I got this.
Oh, okay.
I'll reimburse myself later.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so Marcus
Yeah,
has been
so-
strapping the armor on.
After I pay the 800 gold, I'll put it on top of the counter, and I'm actually gonna start taking off my own robes as well, laying them over the counter, and I'll start strapping on the leather armor as well, just like a general. It'd be like a general chest plate, pretty much, and then it kind of covers down, like maybe half my arm down, like a little bit past my elbow, and I'll just like strap it in, pull the straps tight so they're secure. And then I'll just give it a pat on my chest, and then I'll just turn to look for Marcus to see if he's all strapped in and ready to go.
He is. And he's just like now looking at the helmet, examining it. And he looks up. Well, look.
You look like a knight.
Not a knight. I have an orc sword. You would like it. Looks at Kovac. He put it. He gave it. Put it in his hands. Is this worth anything to you?
I can do something with this. Make it nice.
How much?
I'll take it for 50 gold.
So Marcus nods.
Hard to find orc steel, full orc steel. This is looks to be.
It's pretty well made as well.
Gives a nod. Give the Falcons my gratitude.
I doubt I will be seeing them anymore. But thank you for your kindness.
I'll
If you-
give them yours.
Yes,
He gives
please.
a nod.
Thank you. Who knows? Maybe we'll see each other again.
You guys gather your things. Start making your way out.
And he takes the 50 gold and hands it over to Amari.
What did you hand me? Sorry, I
The
was reading
50
something.
gold.
Oh, okay. He'll take it actually, and I'll put it in the bag. Well, let's head on then. And as Amari kind of turns to start walking out, he kind of shrugs his arms a little bit, like kind of just throwing him out to the side, sort of almost as if he's uncomfortable. but he kind of settles him down after a couple seconds, and then he continues to walk out of the store.
So, it took you guys. You guys finished a little faster than my aunt and Alessia because they're a little further away. You guys are a little closer to the ship. So you guys get there a few minutes before them, and as my aunt and Alessia, you guys are making your way through some of the streets, just getting to the ship. You start passing by a lighthouse, and you're nearing the dock, or you can see the lighthouse a few blocks away, and you're nearing the docks. Give me a second.
Yay!
So, Alessia, you're walking with full pace, focused and determined. And right when you can kind of feel comfortable, and you can start seeing bits of the ship. You right before you feel it, you hear this as you get pierced with an arrow in your back, and then through your side as well. You take 22 points of damage.
Jeez.
Wow.
Mayette, you instantly see her just get shot, and the arrow that was going for you just misses and hits a passerby, hits a woman, and she just like holds it in her chest and falls over.
Come on, guys.
And now people are like, oh, they're like, you can see people just kind of knocking over things and a fuss being made.
We need to go. Go.
Start
Yep.
the group ahead. Once you guys reach the ship, you all start hearing a large commotion coming from the.
Pulled the arrow out, by the way, as we were running.
That's badass, Dan. Okay, you got hit by 2 of them.
Oh, I did? Okay,
Yeah.
I ripped both out. Are we close enough to the water that I can toss them into the ocean, or not so much?
Yeah, you can get to them and toss them in the ocean as you get up, and people start kind of like looking around because they're not sure what just happened, and where you are now, like kind of running by. Once you guys run about another 30 feet.
Dashing is a thing, by the way, which I think they're doing.
Yeah, probably too. After that dash as well, because that is when like you're in a new space and people are kind of like looking around where people are freaking out, where the woman was just shot with the arrow, and as you guys are running, and some people are noticing you, Alessia, and some kind of make a fuss. You guys hear. They whiz right by your head, Mayette, as they just like go. One goes right through over your shoulder, and like one right over your head, and just hits the dock right in front of your feet. And Alessia, you're running out, and you get hit in the back of the shoulder again for 12 damage with an arrow.
Oh, okay.
Can we see the ship from where we're at?
Yeah, you guys can see the ship now at this point. You're about 60 feet away from it as you dash
Can I-
onto it.
Can I hear the commotion?
Yeah, at this point, the commotion is very much going on, and
Second Nahon hears that he's rushing up.
Amari and Marcus and Dominicus, you guys turn around and notice Alessia with an arrow in her back, and she's bleeding, and Mayette is just like looking a little frantic.
They've been under attack. And then Sir Marcus started running towards them straight away.
Of course they are. So they're coming at us?
Yeah. I yank that arrow out as well, toss it into the ocean.
Well, Amari, he's gonna start like doing different hand signals and stuff with his hands as he's gonna start trying to cast a spell, specifically barricade. But as he's doing that, he understands now that he's wearing this leather armor. His arms just aren't moving as well as fluidly as they're supposed to, and the uncomfortableness that he's feeling in the arms where the latches are, like really takes it takes him out of the spell incantation. He can't even focus, and just grunting to himself, he's gonna I'm gonna use my action to begin unbolting or unlatching the leather armor until it's all free, and I'm just gonna rip it off my chest and throw it on the ground. Fucking armor. I can cast any spells with that thing on.
You see Sir Marcus just run off and just like
Marcus, yeah.
tossing people left and right. He's like pushing them
Amari,
off into their cars.
Amari's running after you. Amari's running after you, but a little slower because he's like also like pulling latches and stuff off. And as soon as he gets the armor up free, he just throws it randomly on the ground. And leaves it.
You guys can make perception rolls as my aunt and Leslie are running back.
Can I do the same?
Yes.
All right.
You can as well, Dominicus, if you want to try to see if you can see anybody.
Nice.
You all look within the crowd of people, and like the balconies and the rooftops as well. The three of you see people running away on the rooftops. A man with a red cloak, a man with a dark black cloak, and another man with like a white red cloak. They just start running off the rooftops and making their way, dashing their way away of it.
How close is Mayette to?
It's pretty. It was a little bit far away. It was probably about like 120 feet from there.
Okay.
But they're now running east, away from you.
Did we get to them now?
Pretty far away. They're on the rooftops as well.
I mean,
But they seem to.
Are we?
To Mayette and
Yeah.
Lesia. Yeah.
So when Sir Marcus came up there, he went behind them to shield them off, and he grabs Mayette, lifts her up, and starts running towards the ship.
Do you allow yourself to be carried, Mayette?
Yep.
Okay.
She's gonna kill him later, but
allows him to pick her up and.
Come on, Lesia, run!
if I wasn't being shot at right now, you'd be dead.
Can I see the people on the roof? Big Red running towards just across the rooftops.
You caught them at the end right before you just lose them completely.
Okay. Do I know generally where they are though?
Yeah, you know.
How far away are the rooftops? Like how many feet would you say?
120 feet.
Okay.
Maybe 90 feet, and then like beyond that is where they were running on the rooftops.
Okay.
So it's 90 feet to the rooftop.
That's fine. Okay. Well, if I don't so that I don't see them anymore, they ran away basically.
No.
What about myself and Dominicus?
All right. Okay, cool. Well, then in that case,
you guys saw them, and then you guys saw them continue further, and just kept running further east until they got about maybe 150 until you lost sight.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, I'm just gonna continue running after Marcus, and yeah, that's it, pretty much. Actually, yeah, that's it. I don't have that prepared. I'm gonna keep chasing after them.
I think everybody runs over back to the ship.
I forgot I was muted.
Right,
I stayed where I was. After you two ran off, I stayed where I was. How far are they initially from me? Because that determines if I run after them or I stay where I am.
100. Like at this point, 150 feet on the rooftops.
Once. All right, I'll wait. I'll wait to see what happens. I'm staying in one spot.
Nahon's gonna be like walking down the ramp, crossbow in hand, as you all approach, she's just gonna say, "What in the hell is going on?"
I don't know. They ran off. They're being shot. I'm waiting to see if anything happens. I need them to be in range.
I think we're just hauling ass onto the boat.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
so Marcus passes you with
Okay.
Mayette in his
Rampy.
arms. They're back.
Yeah, that's-
I'm ready. You're here already.
That's when you, Darmanicus, you, Nahon and Darmanicus, that's when you see Marcus run up with Mayette on the ship with Lesia like having an arrow on her back.
I ripped it out.
Rip that one out too. Jeez, badass. You just got hit. Ah!
Well, shit. He ran past me. I didn't even see that. All right. Well, I guess nothing happened. Let's go, Nahoon.
Amari's also going to board the ship. But
Nahon
he's going
has
to run
been
towards
not-
the front and keep watch, just in case.
Right, Nahon is basically like kind of standing on the ramp on the edge of the ship, kind of crossbow raised, kind of looking, eyes kind of scanning the rooftops, trying to cover you guys' asses, basically. He doesn't look happy though.
He runs, when Marcus comes in, he puts Mayette down. Captain, how long before we set sail?
Right before you even say that, you guys like start entering the ship, and as that happens, Ginger and Davos get on each end and start like using the oars and start pushing the ship off. And Chantel and Bob start running down and start pulling down some sails and getting everything ready. And Trixie runs up and starts trying to raise the anchor, and then you guys just start seeing Ginger run over just to make it look so easy. Like Trixie just kind of like gets carried and is not even at this point. As Ginger just starts raising the anchor with as fast as he could, raises it.
Well, now that I don't have that pesky fucking armor on anymore, I'm gonna kind of raise my hand, both of my hands up in the air, just off to the sides, and I'll say "Sapium Koichi" in a massive 40-foot high, 40-foot long wall just appears in front of the ship, just to block any incoming arrows, just in case.
So Marcus kneels next to Lesia. Are you alright?
I've had worse.
What's happened?
I think our on the balcony found us.
No, right, I got that, but they shot you.
A few times.
That is not me. Kind of shakes his head. Did you all split up? It would not be that courageous, you all together.
We did not have time to visit both because somebody decided to take a long time saying goodbyes to someone we already said goodbye to.
Out of character, I'm pretty sure you already got your stuff, yeah?
What?
Leslie, I'm pretty sure you already got your reagents, yeah?
I had already got them, yeah.
Yeah.
But I got it after we split up. Because we couldn't make both.
No one just kind of glares out at the port. Where's the gun now?
Mayette, can you do something about this, please?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna first though, like, look at. Does it look like she's been poisoned or anything, or like anything special about the arrow wound?
Make a medicine check.
Right.
Start looking at the wounds. No. You look at one of the arrows that she tried to pull out. It snapped, and you kind of pull out the arrowhead in itself, and it is a very, very sharp and pointed arrowhead, meant for assassinating. You would think. It got pretty deep into you. That's why it seemed if they were trying to shoot you, kill you, they were gonna make it quick and like end you. But you kept running, made it out of there.
Tell me if you need help.
Going to cast Cure Wounds on her at 2nd level.
All right, I heal for 23.
Feel a little better as she puts her hand on your shoulder.
Much better, thank you.
Yeah, so we shouldn't split up anymore.
Yes, I said you should not. Very specific. Should not.
Right.
But it happened, and we are okay now. So everybody get everything.
I did. I don't know about them.
But more than I asked for. Thank you all.
I'm
Yeah,
just glancing towards Marcus's armor. Yes, I'd say so.
You look set up.
No one looks there. Come on.
How do you feel, kind of approaching Marcus? Kind of sheathing the crossbow of his back.
Great.
Yeah, feel comfortable.
Feeling naked.
You made me. Perhaps. That sword is good though.
Sword, yes. It's woven steel.
Really.
He
Is that
unsheathes it
special?
like he unsheaths it and looks like kind of really happy to have it. I try to hide it like
Can we
quickly.
get going before we get shot at again?
They're doing that. Look.
Yeah, we
Oh,
cannot
the ship
speed up
is-
the ship's
ship-
leaving.
Yeah, we're not in control of this ship.
Yeah,
I
it
kind of
starts-
nod my head to Ginger, who's
I'm gonna
currently like throwing
Walk
something.
over to them and cast guidance so they hurry the hell up. She's pissed that she got shot at in a crowd.
He's just speeding back and
carried.
forth.
Ginger just starts moving 10 times faster, and he's like, "Whoa!" Throws like a bunch of stuff over and starts tying a rope and loosens the whole sail by himself. And you get, everybody seems to be working at max efficiency. The ship is now turned 180 away, sailing away back as there's this giant wall, and you guys can see a commotion is still occurring in the district
Yeah.
at the
we should-
docks.
Maybe we should stay downstairs until we're away from the harbor.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good idea.
I think they're too far away to do anything, but you might be right. Hmm.
Let's do
Well, I
stuff.
like that. Hun just kind of like, he's kind of like glaring out to port for a second, but then he kind of looks to you and the sword and he kind of smiles. Well, I like the sword. That is a good one.
Dwarven steel. You look past the tiny people's greed, stubbornness, dirtiness, everything. They're really good craftsmen.
Funny is that.
So do you still believe that this is a coincidence? Second time you've been attacked now.
They shot at my ad too.
Might have been shooting
They
at
just
you.
missed.
Perhaps it's because they believe she's a threat.
Somebody's after you.
Trying to kill her again, but she didn't. They're trying to end her because she was they know that she went down.
Yeah.
Now
Simply
they saw
because she is
"Whoa."
probably most dangerous of us. So
He has been attacked before. I heard them say that. But I did hear them say that there's the woman, right? When we, when the people in the back.
It's in the ambush on the road.
Yeah,
Those damn guns.
it might be the same
Guns.
people.
I
You
think
said-
they were the ones that attacked on the roof.
They were. They might be the same ones on the road. Still don't know who they are yet. How far they reach.
Perhaps.
they said to go after you.
I believe they are after Alicia. Someone is.
I'm going to head below deck. I need to make sure that there's no arrow left. I'm gonna
Right.
head down there and take my armor off.
She have enemies.
She's part of civil vigil, if you've heard of it, but
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
I-
very adamant about letting everyone know she's a part of the Silver Vigil, so.
same way he is knight, or was knight.
Yes.
I mean, plus we're also got a hit on our heads ever since the stock. So
Why specifically her?
See,
It's not just specifically her.
she is, I think, toughest of us. There is anybody of us that I would not want to be next to in a fight is her.
Yes.
She is dangerous. More than me.
Remarkable fighter. Noticed.
Which is why I supported her during battle with Gedstock. But
didn't she say something when we had that confrontation with Amadeus? Maybe those words sort of struck in him or something.
Say.
I don't know.
right, yes, she said she insulted him.
I think if I remember,
She did
Oh.
insult him.
it's kind of scary.
Out of character, if I recall correctly, I told him to go fuck himself because
Okay.
to use Kasha as a
Oh my
hostage.
God.
Oh yeah.
That was
I remember
Armadeus.
something.
Yeah,
I
Armadeus.
remember something like that.
Yeah. Nahon goes, do not
She was
remember the words, but I,
classy.
yeah. Do not remember the words, but she did insult. I know that.
Might be it.
Could be it. Could be it. Especially if that man is. We saw him before battle with Gedstock, so probably further reaching than we thought. Could be him.
It's just
Hmm.
thinking. Will be soon not be
Either
able to
that
see.
or.
Safety between the waves. Oh,
Yes.
it sounded better in my head. Sorry.
I mean, technically, it is between waves if you. Yeah.
Captain.
Novos looks over.
You need assistance.
Hey.
I know my way around the ship.
Well, this will give you an opportunity to be useful to us, huh?
Well,
Some of you all wish to chip in the ways that you are good in your skills.
Of course. Why not?
What are you all good at? And he's kind of trying to ask, like, what is your your key attributes? So in this case, there are a few jobs that you guys can have. There is a bosun, a surgeon, and a cook.
what? What was the first one?
A bosun, which is a carpenter. They take care of the ship,
The ship.
picks up the ship, and like mains the sails and everything, such like that.
Yeah.
Davos and Trixie are bosun, and there can always be plenty. So you guys can, some of you guys can choose, however, but all the other bigger roles are already filled. But if you guys wish to help, say the navigator, which is Chantel, and the captain in their things, which is him is driving, and hers is and Chantel's is for navigating is intelligence built or intelligence based. The bosun is a strength role. The surgeon is an intelligence role, and the cook is a constitution.
I'll do the
Well.
strength roll. Bosun?
Yes.
You said there was a navigator. What was the one before? What was the one before
Help
that?
the navigator, which is an intelligence role.
Yeah, you said there was one before
surgeon.
that was also.
You can help the captain with the helm. That's an intelligence.
Okay.
So what for vehicle?
I'll help Chantel with navigation.
All right.
I'm good with.
You guys don't have to have a job either.
Yeah,
No,
they don't have to have a job, right?
Yeah,
It's
but
just
I wanna help.
it's just yep. If you guys want to help and you guys see you can fill yourself in one of those roles. Don't
Nahan just kind of like his arms crossed now, just kind of nods his head all the way up at Bob, who's probably on the crow's nest. Says I can give that man a break. I can see far enough and stay up there for a long time. So
that is the they don't really have a so we can call that a.
I'm basically offering to give Bob a break for being on the crow's nest.
No, that's perfect because you
We
get
can
a
rotate.
roll.
Yeah.
You can just you roll a perception when you're up there, and that'll be your job.
Yeah. Works for me.
Suppose I can fix people up, as long as they don't get all touchy and mopey and weepy when I do it.
They don't have a surgeon, so that's always perfect. So you'd be making a medicine check for when something happens. And
Yeah, sure.
Anybody else?
I can't think. But am I muted? No, I'm not.
No.
You're good.
Okay.
Maybe you can
I'll
think of
hold
it
off for
later.
now.
I mean, you can.
Yeah, I
have
can
to
think
do.
of it in some time. I'm not gonna say anything right now.
You can help the quartermaster, which is if I'm correct.
Track.
That is yes. Ginger. He like will have to like do checks to kind of like see what the ship needs in areas and such like that, and kind of fill what needs to be done, which is moving supplies over from an area, letting people know what is happening, and also defending the ship as well.
Yeah. Well,
So you can do that. That is kind of like almost what like Bob has to do. So that's what you're doing too, the home. So you'll be working with
Keep him watching, defending the ship. Yeah.
working with Ginger a lot and Bob a lot with that. When you and no, that's yeah.
Yeah. Can I join in with that? No, if anything.
Yeah.
All right.
You'll go ahead and start helping out Ginger moving some stuff over. But it doesn't you don't have to do too much as once you guys finish you guys get in your comfortable positions and fill out your roles for a little bit and do your jobs. Everything settles for a second and the ship seems the high seas seem very calm and very choppy as well as the wind is just striking well in intensity.
Am I at? You kind of hear Leslie's voice call up from below deck.
Yeah, I'm counting things. What do you want?
Could you come down for a moment? I need a pair of eyes.
Okay. All right, just head down there. What's up?
Can you make sure I got all the arrow out?
Oh,
I can't check my back.
yeah. Okay.
Lesia has her armor off and also her kind of her tunic off. She just has like her chest wraps on. Lot of scars.
Crap, where did you get all these scars? Like, some of these don't even... Never mind. You got shot twice?
3 times.
3, okay. Well, we got 1 arrowhead out. You know, you should collect these arrowheads. I'm gonna dig around for the other 2 arrowheads.
All right, make a medicine check.
Nice.
Again.
Yeah, with 19.
Surprise,
able to
bird.
easily just pry out the other 2.
Oh. Yeah, here, you should, like, make a necklace or something. Or something to stab Marcus. Grabs your ass, picks you up, and chases you down the... never. That's another story.
Thanks.
People touching you.
I
Is
can
that it?
understand that. Yes, thank you.
Weird, I don't like being on boats with people I don't know. Like, I can't go anywhere, It's... I know Amari said we had to trust people, but... hard,
I'm not a big fan of boats myself.
Yeah. So... I suppose we should get back up there.
Let me get everything back on. I'll join you in a moment.
They said that
All
Marcus
right.
is heading down to put his armor down. Work.
Oh, okay. Then you probably catch her with her top off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
He blushes like mad. He just turns around,
I
spins
mean,
around.
she still has chest wraps on, but like,
I can wait.
it's fine.
He walks back up.
All right,
I
so
think he likes us. Or he likes you, I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Marcus, you're red as a potato.
What the hell? He's just having a stroke.
Oh, you're right.
No, you.
You're red as a lemon.
No, shut up. I'm getting. Bear is turning red. Shut up. What about you? Are you okay? Never mind. Let's go back to work.
Oh,
God damn. Just because it was perfect and then it was just
Everything is... Were you casting a spell? What the hell was that?
No, I'm yelling towards downstairs because I'm hearing. No, I'm just Marcus is up here, and I thought I saw something, and I slurred my words.
What did you think you saw?
Don't go down
Nothing.
there.
All I'm seeing is Marcus.
Yeah.
Marcus came up here.
Stay here. Just stay.
What? All right. I'm going back to work.
He's just waiting at the end of the stairs, just waiting for you guys to come up, and he really looks blushed.
And apparently, so am I.
Matt's gonna go over to the side of the boat and just kind of see if anything is in the water, like either on the on the back side, like behind him.
You guys go up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just walked right past.
Yeah, he didn't even look at you. He just looks away and turns around and walks down.
20.
You look back and you can start seeing the port further and further as it stretches out towards the sea. You look back, you can see kind of like the landscape, and you look into the water. The water is clear blue. It starts turning like this, like green at sometimes, and then it goes back to blue. But you look through, you can't see anything. You see, other than like a little bit of the reef that you are exiting out of the port from. But then start finding the ships just like coming out into the open waters.
All right.
It is very breezy, and like once you start getting a little bit further out of port, the ship starts rocking a little bit more, making people who feel seasickness a little seasick now.
Hate boats. Hate boats. Hate Okay, the land is gone. Oh.
The rest of the crew just starts laughing,
I will throw you all off the boat.
and like Ginger just dies of laughter after you say that. He goes back to like moving and adjusting some sails.
Is it getting worse or better?
Make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm kind of moving behind her, ready to pull her like back.
Okay, so you're just kind of holding on to her, and yet you just almost start to puke, and you kind of throw up a little bit in your mouth, but you hold it back, and you kind of stabilize yourself. Your stomach has flipped. You don't feel so good.
It's cold. I hate this. Hate this.
Let's get you away from the edge.
You know what? She's gonna throw herself overboard.
No, I got a grip on her.
And as soon as Mayette's about to jump over, Leslie, you just nope.
Oh, already?
I could have at least walked a bit. Ah, fine. Killing my head. I'm gonna go lay down.
We do.
Ugh.
Gonna make sure she goes downstairs.
Go downstairs and you follow her down, and
I don't follow her down. I just like kind of keep an eye on her, make sure she actually goes downstairs.
she starts heading downstairs, and Chantal comes up to the post, comes up to you, Leslie, and says, is there something I can do? I might have something she might drink that will make it a little bit easier for her.
To deal with the seasickness?
Yes, sometimes this happens to people.
That might help. I
Sorry.
cannot guarantee that she will drink it, but
Actually, that would help with me too, if I'm honest.
Zora, I have enough for all of you. So she kind of
Appreciate it.
starts shifting around. She stuffs her arm in, shoves her whole arm in, then for a second pulls out a few vials. Take this. Take about, I'd say, half of it right now, a bit later. Keep it with you and then drink the whole thing throughout the day or throughout 2 days. You should start feeling a little better. It's something I've made to help everybody for passengers.
All right, thank you.
She looks over at Leslie. Well, if you think that you will not take it from me, well, maybe you can have it. To take it and give it to her.
I'll give it a shot. I'll take it and head downstairs.
No one will willingly take a sip. How's it taste?
It tastes like sour apple.
Yeah, could be worse.
I will
Too bad.
approach Mayette. Is she asleep already?
She is she's like laying there like fetal position, like covers, like her like cloak like covered over her head. She's kind of
What?
like murmuring.
One of the crew said that this might help with the nausea.
You know, it's better down here, but did I try to jump in the water?
I don't recommend that.
Like I'm terrified. That doesn't make sense. Why would I want to jump in the water so bad?
I don't know.
What if just whatever's down there trying to get me in the water?
Perhaps you should not be on deck then.
Suppose I'll keep an eye on things. Maybe I just shouldn't go near the edge of the water.
A good idea. Do you want this? And I kind of like
What
hold
is
up. It's supposed to help with the seasickness.
Who gave it to you?
Chantel?
How do you know it's not drugged?
Can I inspect it with my alchemy knowledge?
I'd you roll and that's tough. Hold on, let me think.
Wait, was it, did I see Nahon drink it as well?
He was, I guess, as you were about to head down or heading down. So if you look back, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I definitely heard you take it and
Yeah,
sounded
true.
fine.
Yeah, I did.
Nahon, I could inspect it if you like, but Nahon took it and he seemed fine.
Fine, give it here.
All right.
Ugh.
You drink a little bit of it, and it like settles in your stomach for a second. It has this weird feeling. You don't feel anything yet, but if you few minutes will pass, you'll start feeling a little better.
Alright, I'm gonna lay here for a little bit. Thanks.
No problem. Get some rest.
Sure. Just don't let Marcus touch me.
I will close the door.
You have awesome.
Marcus has just
This
unstrapped.
is a door, right?
Yeah, that's
I hope
Yeah,
it is.
close the door.
I don't want to see anything.
Yeah, I closed the door.
So Marcus has put all his armor on the chair, and then he looks at the what was a very nice silk shirt one, with one arm ripped off. He rips the other arm off as well. Looks down on himself. It's still dirty, but I had to do. Oh. Passes Amari and nods.
Mari just gives him a nod back.
Hey, Amari, take a look at this. I show him the arrowhead.
I'll take it. Is there anything? What's it look like?
well, most arrowheads are triangle based. This one has a much finer, longer point. It looks like I'll draw it real quick. Like this. It's a pretty long and fine arrowhead. It looks like it's meant for driving very deep.
Okay. Does it look magical by any means?
You look at it; they seem very sharp. They might be +1 arrows.
Okay. I'll glance up towards Lesia, kind of quirk an eyebrow. What exactly do you want me to glean from this?
I was wondering if perhaps it came from a certain place or area.
Do I recognize its general make? Can I tell if what sort of race would make an arrow like this, or like a location? Is it topographic?
Make a history check. I'd have a little bit of higher DC. Say if you were like a weaponsmith or if you like crafted things like
Yeah.
that a little more, then
Right.
and like
Just
bought
basing this
things.
based off like book knowledge.
Yeah, this is all book knowledge.
Like it's something I've seen in a book or something long time ago.
Exactly.
Wow.
Why, yes, I do
Wow.
know. Why, yes, I do.
Let me tell
Okay, well,
Well,
so you know that very high and like wealthy criminal organizations that if they wanted to, if they're going to use items and such, they're going to be very sharp and very deadly versions of them. They're going to try to like outfit the weapons in a way that are very cheap, not like and cheap in terms of making the fight dirty, you know. And these arrows, you know that they would use them a lot up in the north, the most. They would put them in crossbow bolts a lot, and that would be the most devastating for them. They
so
realized.
this came from a bow, though, right?
Yes, but these came from bows and arrows, and they are meant for longer range and such. So
Okay. Based off of my like the natural 20 I rolled, would I be able to just based like intelligence? Because Amari is like fucking big brain. Would I be able to just glean what criminal organization or like a few of them might have done this based off of the areas that we're in?
criminal organizations like the Myriad, the tribes of Shadow Creek Run or Shady Creek Run, and other small lands as well that are up in the
Alright.
north.
Well, I know the arrow is interesting. If you look at it, they're specifically made for longer range. But this type of arrow, I've seen it in books a lot. But it's popular in the northern regions, particularly like Shady Creek Run, Myriad. It just depends. So it was likely manufactured from the northern areas, but it's honestly most of the time the tips of these arrows are used for crossbows. So it's quite interesting they use it on the bow, but they're specifically designed for longer flight, and they're supposed to pierce much deeper than a normal arrow. They get, if you look here, the way it's shaped, it spins a lot faster. It gains more airflow, therefore it gains speed and trajectory. And when it hits you, it's supposed to dig very deeply. These arrows are made specifically for assassination, which leads me to believe that either the Myriad is down here looking for us, or there's a tribe from Shady Creek Run that was put on this for some reason. But that does not look very likely to me. Either A, it's going to be the Myriad, or B, there is a bounty hunters in Nicodronas that know of us. I'll kind of hold out the arrowhead again.
Lucia just kind of like takes it and frowns a bit while kind of fiddling it with her hands.
But you're lucky to have survived, I suppose. If you took 3 of those, I imagine they dug pretty deep.
I had to have Maya dig them out.
Marius kind of grimaces at that. I'm sorry to hear that.
It's fine.
But, well, that's about as much information I could glean from it. But, like I said, they're likely manufactured in the north, but somehow they ended up down here. So either A, whoever is chasing us bought them from the north, or there is a organization from the north that has come all the way down here to try to find us. If that's the case, then we have a larger problem than we thought.
Indeed.
But I hope that helped.
It did. Amari, I would like to ask a favor.
Sure. What is it?
We are going to have some time on this boat, yes?
Quite a bit of it. I imagine a month at least.
What?
Do you think you could spend some time teaching me a bit about history?
Yeah, sure. What kind of history do you want to know about?
Since I got the idol, I've been seeing those runes. I don't always quite understand what they are saying. things like perhaps ancient Elvish history. I think that might be most useful for this.
I'll see what I can do. I remember the researching quite a bit about Elvish history. They were very popular in the Age of Arcanum, so there is quite a bit of knowledge based on them. But if you have any questions, I might be able to help you. I also have this other book in my bag that involves elves, if you'd like to take a look at it.
And is there something I could teach in return?
Amari, he pauses for a second and then like glances off to the side. Let me think about it, and if there is anything that I'm interested, I'll ask. Okay?
All right.
Sure. Just we could possibly meet every night before we go to sleep and just discuss different topics. And I can first of all, let me give you this. And I'll reach into one of my bags and I'll take out that tattered Elvish book, the one that was talking about like the Asari elves that lived during the Age of Arcanum and stuff like that. And I'll kind of hand it over to her, hold it up in my hands. This I'm not quite sure if it's going to relate to the elves you're thinking of, perhaps the ones that could very well have inscribed your idol, but these are mentioning a group of elves called the Asari elves. Apparently, they worship the Moon Weaver, so maybe they have some ties to the ancient language that is written on the stone you have.
Thank you, Amari.
Sure. Start there, and if there's anything else that you might ask, I'll see if I know.
I appreciate this.
Of course. By the way, is Maya doing okay? I saw her rather sick at the edge of the boat earlier.
I gave her the remedy that Nahon also had. It seemed to help a little.
Well, I hope she gets better.
I do not think she enjoys being on the boat.
I can tell. But
And
maybe that elixir will help with that somewhat.
keep her away from the edge.
I'll do my best.
She tried to jump into the water.
Jesus, why?
She does not know why.
It's a strange girl, but I'll keep an eye on her. Thank you.
I do not want to try to jump overboard and fish someone out of the water.
I agree. I would prefer not to do that either. I'm not a huge fan of water, but I'm lucky that I don't get seasick. So I'm not going to go to the edge either. But I'll keep an eye on her for sure. But good luck with the book. You're welcome to borrow it however long you wish. Just if there's anything you wish to know.
And we'll meet tonight.
Sure. Down here somewhere, we can just find some chairs and sit somewhere. Just relax and talk about whatever interests you.
I kind of like nod over to the chair right here.
Yeah, that works.
Alright, I'm going to go back up and see if there's something to keep me busy for a while.
Alright. I'll nod my head.
And I will head back up and leave Amari to whatever he came down here to do.
Okay. As you walk away, Lecia walks away, and Amari, you are in the bottom section of the boat. There is times where the wave goes up and down, and through the portcullises, you can see into the ocean and such.
Right.
You look down into it, and as it rocks, you look through the portcullis right next to you right here. You look through the little window and kind of, for a second, you see off in the land, and then you go back down in the ocean. And then when it dips back down the second time, you see a figure. It comes back up, dips back down a third, and the figure is moved closer. Back up and down a fourth time.
What in the world?
You see this face kind of up against the glass. and then it washes off and away, off,
As
dips
soon
back
as it
down.
like slaps against the glass, Amari's like, ah! And I'm gonna like almost flip out of the hammock and scramble backwards and just like slam up against the back of that that pillar in the middle there. what? What in the earth? What do I? And then I'm gonna like push myself up as fast as I can and run over towards the edge of the boat, looking out to see if I can see anything on the water. Anything at all.
Right when you go out to look, that is where we're gonna take a break, everybody.
Ah,
Take
What?
a quick 15-minute break.
dude, it's unfair.
Nightmare fuel. Woo!
What the hell is it?
Oh, we gonna die.
Always with the creepy.
Break.
We'll begin right where we left off with Amari, noticing the strange kind of like skeletal elven face that just like put its hand up against the portcullis that he's looking through. That sent him into a bit of a scare and a panic as it just disappeared. Amari, you look through the portcullis, trying to see what you would, trying to find what you had just saw. Roll a perception check. Start peering around, looking about, and you see down at the bottom of the sea a little bit after each little motion. You see a little blue figure that kind of glows for a second in like this ethereal kind of manner. He starts floating through the water.
I'm gonna yell out, "Who are you? Why do you keep following me?" But all he hears is just, and I'm just like putting my hand up against the glass, and I'm like trying to just keep leaning my head all the way to the side until eventually the waves just slowly carry that image away, and I'm just standing there breathing heavily, with my breath fogging up the glass as I watch the deep unknown waters just shift and move violently in different ways, and probably ways that I'll never understand. Soon enough, I just
There's footsteps that start coming down. What is happening? What is going on?
oh, nothing. Nothing. I thought I saw a shark in the water. I got scared.
Perception check.
I lied.
But yet hear
Understand
that
no one
as
is
well?
coming down with them, by the way.
Hey,
Wow.
Mind if I roll insight against that, if you don't mind?
you
Nahon,
down here?
Nahon is coming down with it, with whoever it is, yeah.
See?
Who cares about Amari, damn it?
You heard Amari's voice, and Trixie ran down to try to check out what's happening. A few of the crew members kind of looked down on what was going on. Mayette doesn't come out from the room at all. Trixie kind of looks over at you with a little bit of a frown, Amari. Shucks, you say. All right.
Yes, I'm sorry. I just I got overwhelmed. I've never been down on the ocean before, and it's a scary sight.
Kind of like looking around, gives you an eye, and then starts heading back. She passes by Nahon. She doesn't say anything. She just kind of gives you a look and then starts heading upstairs.
He just shares it. That's a pass.
Amari's gonna sigh very heavily, and, like look back out towards the porthole down there. He kind of reaches his hand up and just runs it through his already muffled ass hair. And if Nahon would coming around the corner, you would see Amari standing there, sort of just
Yeah.
with like a gaunt expression on his face. It seems like all the color in his cheeks has drained away, and as he has his hand up, like resting against the glass, you can see it very visibly shaking. as he's just staring out at the water, trying to understand something. This music's scary, by the way.
No one isn't hiding much, but
Do I hear him coming?
likely.
Amari, like
You do like right in the last second. Or
Amari
you
kind of
don't.
jumps in like a little bit of fear, and he looks over his shoulders.
Hey,
Oh,
it's alright. It's
uh,
alright, trust me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you coming.
Oh, really? Sorry.
It's okay.
So, what is it really?
It was yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's that man. That man again. I don't know who he is.
Man?
Mari kind of he reaches up his hand and like lowers his head and like pinches the bridge of his nose. I don't know. I feel like I'm going crazy. It's this man. He's an elf, but he looks dead, like ghastly, like he's been dead for centuries. He's almost like a skeleton, and every time I see him, there's this blue light, and he looks at me, and then he disappears somehow. I've seen him. This is the fourth or fifth time, and
Hmm.
I can never make sense of it. I've only heard his voice one time, and it was. He kind of pauses at that point, his face kind of gaining a little bit of a realization to it. The first time I heard his voice was when I was in the cave with you. And
Cave.
yeah, when we got swept away and I was out of it. It was the only time that I've ever heard his voice or had seen him. And ever since then, he just pops up. I saw him in Trostelwald in the crowd. I saw him on the boat when we were crossing the lake. He was floating down the river like a dead
Right.
body.
You said that, and I look, but I don't see
No.
anything.
And then I saw him again when we were on our way to Nicodronas to find you. He was just staring at me like he wanted something. And then now I just don't understand. It's driving me fucking insane.
Hey,
Ah.
Uh,
Am I losing my mind, Nahone? Am I losing my mind? Is that what's happening?
his head kind of lowers and gives a tight grin and shakes his head. I do not think so. There are. I've come to think there are many things we are meant to see. This is unfortunate way to see, but perhaps there are things of the past that must be known to you. I do not know.
Why me? Why did I just don't? Why does he keep following me? What does he want? The way he looks at me, it's like he's piercing into my very soul. It's like he's attached to me. It's like he knows everything about me, but I know nothing of him. I just don't understand. And I wish I could.
Well, he is being Dick. That is true. Scaring you every time.
He's
Thank you.
tormenting me. I was just sitting here on my bed after talking to Lesia, and he just appeared at the porthole, and I saw him for a second, and then he disappeared. His hand, he kind of holds up his own hand. He's looking down at his palm. It was not of this world. It was like he was half alive, half dead in a way. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. He wasn't a skeleton necessarily. It's like he had skin, but all of the blood and liquid in his body has just been sucked out of him. It was just like his hand, and you could see the bone underneath, but he had the skin. I don't understand. It just I've never seen anything like it before, and I've never heard anything like this before.
Sounds strange even for me.
I don't know. I'm afraid to talk about it with anyone else. I've mentioned it to Marcus, but that's only because
Hmm,
he was there with me when I saw him the third time. Now I've told you.
right. I when I as I grew up, Mari, I always thought I was crazy, seeing things nobody else could. Nobody else ever did. I thought I was mad. Then I realized perhaps, in my case, realization is maybe everybody else is mad. But in yours, perhaps you just see different things.
But that's the thing I don't understand. Is if I'm capable of seeing different things, then why am I seeing only this one in particular? It's the same person every time. I
Hmm,
can recognize him. The armor he wears, his face. When he looks at me, it's the same presence.
hmm. You said he is elf?
I believe so. His ears, yes, they give me inclination that he's either an elf or half elf.
Hmm,
And he looks very tall. His fingers are very long and slender, and
I see.
I don't know. It's just he looks elvish.
You never told me much about your family, but you are full human, yes?
My his shoulders kind of stiffen a bit at that point, almost like he's uncomfortable. Uh, but he nods his head. Yes, I am fully human.
Hands eyes kind of widen as you stiffen up. Is that right? You do not have to tell me. It's fine.
No, it's okay. It's probably about time that I open up to people. I told everybody else we should trust. We should trust each other, but I've been having a hard time doing so myself. I I think I think honestly the reason that I have such a hard time opening up to people is because I just I don't know. My past, it haunts me a lot of times. I don't like to
Mm,
reminisce about it often because well, it sort of puts me in a bad mood.
I can understand that. I'm the same.
But I mean, I should not be so closed off about it. But yes, both of my parents they were human, so I don't think this whatever it is in any way related to me or tied to me. I At first when I saw it, I don't know. I had a strange inclination that it could be my uncle, but
Right,
it's not possible because my uncle was also human and it doesn't look anything like him. So I don't know.
right. Interesting. Hmm. You look like you need another hug.
He kind of just he looks up at you and just kind of raises an eyebrow. Maybe I don't know. I'm just confused, and I wish that I knew more than I do. And sometimes
Hmm.
when I feel like this, I just feel useless. Like there's nothing else that I can do. There's no way that I'll be able to understand something at this level. You know, I don't even know where to begin to start understanding what is following me.
I think you will learn in time. I wish I could speed this up for you, but I do not think I can. But I think you will learn in time. Look at you. You may have not noticed, but your stamina. You go through fight after fight, not feeling, not gasping the way you did.
Well, I mean, you run for about 3 months, and you eventually start to develop stronger lungs.
Yes, but your mind as well. You will grow.
I do understand. I am trying to grow up. The world is a very harsh place, and I've realized over time that if you don't actively try to understand and adapt, then you're just going to be pushed under the waves. And Mike kind of, after
Yes.
making that little pun, he glances over towards the porthole.
Oh,
I don't I'm feeling
guys
angry.
then-
Just
You guys then hear like a sudden shift in the back where Mayette's room is.
Who is that?
Amari kind of glances back over his shoulder. Oh, that's Mayette's in there. She was
Mayette.
sleeping. She wasn't feeling very well.
Oh, great. 1 second, just going to check. I'm just gonna very kind of carefully, not carefully, but quietly walk up and kind of gently tap on the door with my knuckle. Mayette, you okay? Actually, why am I doing this?
There's no response.
Mayette,
No response.
I'm going to slowly and carefully open the door and very slowly peek in.
You slowly open the door and peek in. You start seeing these weird yellow eyes all throughout the place, and some of them are red and orange. They're drawn all throughout the wall.
The drawn?
Yeah, they're drawn.
I said
And then
so.
when you start opening the door and looking in, you don't see. Excuse me, you don't see me yet until you kind of step in and look over to the corner, and she's continuing to draw on the wall. She's just
Mayette,
drawing a little bunch of little eyes.
kind of stepping halfway through the door. Mayette,
No risk.
not again. Mayette,
Nope.
I will reach over the hammock and grab her shoulder.
Right, so as you grab her shoulder, she's gonna turn her head. Her eyes are now the same color as the eyes on the wall. Just stares at you.
Mayette, it's me, Nahon. You want to punch me, yes?
No risk. Staring.
No, is everything okay? Amari's like trying to lean kind of to
Mm.
like where the crack of the door is to see what's going on, but he's staying a little ways back.
Alright, let's try something else. Who are you?
Big abyssal?
No.
It just sound like a bunch of garble.
Can I
Alright.
hear what's going on below deck?
Make a perception check.
I did.
19.
19.
Yeah, you'd be able to hear some like weird whispering that like does not sound natural, and you kind of recognize a little bit of it, and you're like, "What the?" Where you get a sense that it's coming from below deck.
I'm gonna head down.
Lesia would hear, "She is ours."
Alright, well, I do not understand you, but get out of her body. Come on. She deserves to have her own.
Lesia is gonna kind of rush up, approach,
Listen,
kind of grab Mayette, and I will repeat I will say in Abyssal back, she is not.
Speak our tongue. What are you?
Get out.
This is overhuman filth. Nahon, why are you in the girls' room?
Alright, job is done. See you, Lesia.
Hmm.
The hell
Amari's
was
just
that all about?
What?
Why is
Uh,
why was he in here?
Mayette, look at the walls.
Oh. She's just gonna like start sitting down, and just like bawling.
Once no one hears that, he's just gonna start quietly telling Mari what happened.
Lesia is gonna kind of like kneel down next to her, kind of hesitantly. just kind of put her hand on.
Nahon is gonna see Chantel coming, and when she kind of turns into the room, he's gonna close the door.
She makes her way. Oh, hello everyone.
Hey,
There's a little bit of commotion coming down. Is everybody alright?
yes, the girl tripped. Is fine. She has it now.
Right, she's having a difficulty adjusting to the scene.
Hmm.
She's not feeling very well, and she tried to get up and fell down.
I gave her a potion. I have something else that might help her if I could get a look at her, if you don't mind.
In a second, she is very sick.
Right,
Very
Leslie is
sick.
in there currently trying to console her because she's honestly just in tears because she does not like being on the sea that much, and she's honestly difficult to handle. So maybe
Hey.
come back.
Make a persuasion with advantage, Amari.
This would be deception, I think. Although it isn't technically
Persuasion.
untrue.
I would say persuasion this
Fair
time.
enough.
It's
Go
not
ahead.
deception.
There we go.
Yay!
She looks over, a little hesitant, but gives a nod.
I will let you know when she is okay. Yes.
Right. Thank you.
If you all need anything, I specialize in making some other things as this,
Oh,
potions and other such.
good. I
oddities.
could use another one of those. Am I supposed to take one a day or?
Take one for 2 days,
God,
and then
yes.
you will be able to feel a little better, maybe. If
Alright.
not, I have another thing. Like I said, here. She hands you this root. Chew it, and it will make you feel a little better. Ginger is chewing on these all of the time. So do not be intimidated if he looks like a natural.
Alright. I will give this to her then.
By the way, Chantel, you are the navigator, yes?
Oui.
Well, I am adept. Well, I like to study maps and whatnot. But if you need any help or something, I'm more than willing to come and give you aid, whatever you need.
Normally, I do not need any help, but if I do, then
Sure,
I will surely look for you.
of course. I just want to do my part on the ship, and not very strong as it is, but I can apply my myself other ways. So, if you can think of anything, just let me know.
Oh, hold on.
Sorry.
What is Dominicus doing?
Sorry, Hudson came in and he was trying to talk. He was so sleepy.
It's
I couldn't even hear him. He was like, "Brajir." He sounded like an old drunken sailor. It was kind of funny.
Go figure.
Chantel looks to you all and says, "Well, I will be up in the captain's quarters if you need anything."
Sure, of course.
Alright. Thank you again. This is actually it helps.
She gives a nod. I'm glad if you need anything, just come on, let me know.
Amari's gonna step in this direction when she leaves. He's gonna kind of grab the door handle, start pushing it open slowly. He's just gonna
Good.
peer in, sort of look at all the drawings on the wall. Jeez.
I see Alessia awkwardly pat my head on the back, looking very lost.
Perhaps I should help. Maybe not.
I'll do what I can. Amari's gonna like just he's just gonna like step in, maybe like a foot into the room, and raise his hand, and he's just gonna start like using prestidigitation to kind of remove the different pieces of drawings on the
Yeah,
wall, so it doesn't look
That
like
starts
you know,
cleaning
shit.
everything up perfectly.
Yeah,
It
just kind
starts
of
to fade as your hand
start over.
passes over it, like you're using the force.
Mari, you said no more secret, so I have something to say.
Mari's like standing in the middle here as he's waving his hand, just wiping off some of the symbols on the wall there, and he glances over. Well, I did say that. What is it?
Nahon's head kind of pokes in the door. Should I tell the rest?
I mean, sure, they want to find out. I mean, it's going to get them all sooner or later, as long as you're with me.
Hmm.
I think perhaps everybody should be in the know about this if it's all going to affect us sooner or later, my head.
Okay, Marcus will probably freak out, but that's expected.
Well, at least he's doing better now, and he might be more open to understanding. So, just maybe start slow and kind of work your way up. Don't freak him out.
Okay, I can do that.
Good. Are you okay, first of all?
Once we get off the boat and moving, I'll be okay.
Whatever it was, it did not expect me to speak abyssal at it back.
No, I don't even want to know how you know how to do that.
I picked it up at the vigil. It's a handy language to know.
Oh, I suppose.
It did not expect that, did it? Let you go. Right after.
You know, now that I'm thinking back on it, I really wish that I don't learn Draconic in university. I never get to use it.
Not a
Alright, so
very
just,
well-known language.
True. But you know what? If we ever come across like a dragon's tomb or something, I don't know, maybe it'll be useful someday. Who knows?
Is
Anyway.
the urgent matter, Nahun?
Yeah, there's no
I heard a
urgent.
dragon when we were walking down here. Is everything all right?
No, this
Huh?
is no.
Dragon?
Dragon.
Yeah,
Let
you
me talk
said
to him.
dragon.
Marcus immediately goes, well, dragons?
Sorry,
Alright,
we're down here now.
yeah, just wait a second. Wait is a bit sick.
All right,
So,
we'll be out here.
well, a few of you know. I don't know if Marcus you know, but I do get sick at night.
Wait, they're outside the room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
we'll get,
Oh,
we can get
yeah. I'm
closer
gonna
to the door.
prop open the door and I'll say, "No, did you get the? Oh, hey,
Yeah.
Marcus, come in.
Why is everybody
Come
with the
in.
girls?
Yes, come on. We need to talk about something. We need everybody to be in here.
But do you believe me if I say it is complicated?
It's very complicated.
No, yes,
But
I would.
we need you to understand and be open-minded about a few things. So just come in, and we're going to talk about this. First of all, and as Amari's like talking, he's like has his back kind of turned towards the rest of the group, and like this half of the room towards Mayette is still covered in like shit. So
Oh, he's
like
looking
still
at it
wiping
now.
away.
What
Yeah.
in the?
So here's the thing. I was talking to everybody there a few days ago, and we all mentioned that I was talking to. I don't think Veronicus and you were there, Marcus, but I mentioned to everybody else that we need to be very open with each other since we're going to be traveling for quite some time. As you know, we're all sort of wrapped up in whatever mission this is, involving the crystal, and inevitably we sort of shrug off what comes to us now that we're all together. So, in this sense, Mayette's problems have become our problems, and my problems have become yours problems, and so on and so forth. So, what I'm trying to get at is that we all need to be understanding about the situations that we've all gathered, and we all need to work together and get through them as a team, because otherwise we're just going to fall short. So, with that being said, there is, well, as you can tell, there's something going on. And Mayet, we all agreed to try to not keep much secrets. So, what I think could be interesting for us as a team building exercise or something, if we all just kind of talk about something that no one else may know. something.
You
that
make it sound so tame.
Okay, well,
Can you please get to it? We have work to do.
I'm trying to make this easier on everybody.
Right. I'm getting on.
So, if anyone wants to start, Mayet, if you would like to tell everybody what's going on.
Yeah, I guess probably starts when it first started happening. So when I first met you guys, I was running from a few things, actually, not all things you see, but the problem is now, as you all might have noticed, I have to keep running, or well, I get sick more or less, but really it's not me getting sick. Whenever I'm stuck somewhere, like asleep or stuck on a boat here with all of you and I can't go anywhere, there's this thing that's been kind of tracking me for as long as I can remember, and if I don't keep moving, it finds me, and I don't really know what it wants with, but it's been doing this for years, maybe more, maybe even before I was born.
Right. Okay.
What
Do you know
thing?
anything about this thing exactly? Do you know anything about this creature?
So
Creature?
surprised.
Is it a creature or a person?
I know what it is. I know it has eyes, just eyes everywhere. It's watching us. It's always watching us. Like I don't even know how. When I sleep, it's watching us. When we're out looking at water, it's watching us. Or if I'm daydreaming or something, it's watching us. Or I don't know. It's whenever I use my powers too much, it watches. It's like it just knows where to go always.
It speaks abyssal and referred to us as human filth. So
That's not nice.
Abyssal?
Well, I took offense to that. You should too, Mari.
I mean,
And you too, Marcus.
Well,
I don't even really remember Abyssal. I remember being very little and, Mama talking Abyssal to me. That's where I learned it, but no one here knows how to speak that kind of Abyssal, unless he had picked it up somewhere. Little bit of broken, but no, I don't even know what this is or how it knows how to contact me or us, but I feel like it's definitely following us.
Okay,
Let's
so
see.
let me understand this. You imagining things even when you're awake?
Oh no, it's real.
Let's see. I've discovered what you can teach me, by the way.
How is this our problem?
Because Mayet is with us now, and because she's a part of our family that we've created, this group that we've all formed together, it's our problem. So, with that being said, we're going to do our best to try and help her get through this. Because,
Alright, let me be more.
to be honest with you, I care about Mayet a great deal, and I don't want to see her get consumed by whatever this creature is, you know?
Also, you're stuck here with me on this boat, so it's going to
Hmm.
come to you.
Nothing's gonna
Alright.
come to me
I
if
nod.
it's in your head. So
It's not in her head, Marcus. It's real.
how can this be
Like-
real?
Let me put this way. She, some nights, I think first time, Lacey and myself found her walking around our camp, was it?
hmm
And heard her calling out for her mother as if a child.
Do you miss your mother? That it?
And this time, Marcus, you saw these things on the walls? She painted them.
I can see.
And
it.
when I talk to her, you talk in a completely different voice, language I do not understand. This is not her. Trust me. Whatever it is, she may be speaking the truth. We are being watched.
possible it is interested in the crystal as well.
Probably.
No, she said that it has been chasing her as long as she can remember.
When I've seen her draw on the walls before, it was right after Nahon left with the crystal.
Ugh.
He's gone was written all over.
Actually, last time we were asleep, I had a dream. It knows we have the crystal. It knows we're on the ship.
What is it? Does
Don't
it have a
know it.
name?
What do you call 1,000 eyes staring at you from the
I don't
bottom
know.
of an ocean?
I'm not the one seeing it.
Okay,
Just trying to
calm down,
understand
calm
what's
down.
going on.
Look, Nayat, he's like I said, he's just confused. When we're just trying to figure out what this thing is. Obviously, there's no way that any of us know. Marcus, she doesn't understand it, and we don't understand it. But the important part is that we try to understand this together, and eventually understand how to free her from it. Because, well, to be honest with you, when there's no other way we're going to get off this. The only way is to make sure that whatever this is leaves her alone.
No, I understand that.
as
But if I have to protect her, I need to know what the enemy is. And if the enemy is
don't
inside her
know.
head, what can I do?
Not much. It's just to make sure that she doesn't do anything ill-advised. For example, Lesia said that she tried to jump off the boat earlier. So
What?
if you see her acting strange, I agree. I'm just as shocked. But if you see her doing something strange, then make sure that she doesn't partake in it, like jumping off the ship or attacking anybody.
But
Does that
we
make
cannot
sense?
always be watching her.
I'm aware, but just if you're
All
around
right,
her,
I
just
have,
make sure.
I have,
try
I
to
have
keep
a
an eye.
solution. But yet, what if we lock you in the brig?
I
If
do
it's-
not advise that.
That would make it worse.
What do we tell the captain?
That would make it worse too.
But
Yeah,
what if she,
he's very
what if she jumps
superstitious.
out? She will instantly die out there. We'll not be able
Well,
to save
we
her.
are on board. There's not much private space. We can keep eye on her. One of us can. Not always you. Not always me. Not always her.
Perhaps we should take shifts. We could always just kind of keep a general. Well, if you're near her, you see her, just remember in your head to make sure she doesn't do anything
Yeah.
stupid, like jumping off
It's
the
as,
ship. You
it's
know,
as bad as that.
it doesn't have to be all the time. Just whenever you have an eye on her.
Marcia looks to Maya to see if she has any suggestions.
Not good.
Also, perhaps do not let her sleep alone, because these things only happen when she sleeps, yes?
I will sleep in here.
I was going to
Okay.
suggest that. It's a good idea.
Maybe
I
she
was
should
able to
sleep
get them to
outside
leave
with everyone
at
else.
least once.
Putting me in the brig will just make it easier to find me because I won't be able to move around.
It's true.
But you're on a ship, you said. At least we can keep you
Yeah.
from jumping off.
I will keep an eye on her from jumping off.
Then we
Well,
will
it's-
tie you to someone. You'll always be tied to someone.
That would make people suspicious.
I've been working
And-
on an idea. Not a very good idea, but an idea.
Yeah. Any
Oh.
idea is idea.
How bad is this idea?
Not the best, but not the worst.
Okay, explain.
There is a prayer that I've been reading upon, and well, I mean, if I don't want anything to get to me, I can bury myself.
What? You will what?
Didn't say it was a good idea. I
No,
said
that
it
is a
was an
terrible idea. Mike.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's a good idea. I think the best option that we have currently is to just simply keep an eye on you, and from that, just make sure you don't do anything dumb, like jumping off the ship.
And
Even
Marcus looks at
remember that.
Dominicus. What do you think?
Look, I like the idea that we don't do something that's too suspicious, because then they'll start asking questions.
I agree. We don't want to look any more odd than we already do.
So the best source is try to be as best as our hand to watch, and not act too suspicious.
She is obviously sick, and you will risk that she wanders off, falls into the ocean.
We're not going to let that happen because we're going to be watching her.
You cannot guarantee that everybody will be watching her. Like there will be at
private
times when
space,
she's
like,
alone.
please.
The ship is not very big, Marcus. I'm sure we can all keep an eye on her. Someone can keep an eye on her at least. At the very littlest.
When we are on
Yes.
an island, we can talk again. But for now, I think we are fine.
I agree. Just be safe. Maya, try not to go toward the edges of the boat, okay? Just stay where you think you might be safe, okay? And if you feel anything happening to you, then let someone know.
What if, Mayette, you don't go upstairs at all? You just stay down here.
For a month.
Yes.
Well, until we get to the island.
It's about 2 weeks each way, so only about 2 weeks at a time.
Alright. That's
Hmm.
I don't know how long we'll be on the island, but still, obviously you can come up for fresh air, and at those times we can keep an eye on you. But try to stay below deck as often as you can.
I think you will want to do that anyway from look of you. No offense.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey,
Well, since we're not telling us secrets, maybe I should go next.
Oh?
I don't even know where to start. Okay, so I've mentioned this to Nahon, and I've mentioned this to Marcus before, but Lesia, Mayet, and Dalmenikis, I have not said anything about it yet. But well, since we're just talking here, I'm also sort of seeing things. Not anything like Mayet, but it does feel like something's following me. Like I have eyes on me at all times, but not like the way she speaks of it. It's not like I don't know. It's like a presence, if that makes sense, and I can feel it, and sometimes I can see it. The first time I saw the whatever it was when we were on the lake in Trostenwald, sailing across, and I saw that whatever it was floating in the water. It looked like a man, an elf, maybe, but still, it just passed by, and I didn't think anything of it necessarily. But later on, I saw him again in Trostenwald. I saw him standing in the crowd, just staring at me through the window. I was standing at the windowsill, just looking out while you guys were talking, and I saw him. This thing, he's this elven-looking figure in armor, and he doesn't look natural. He looks dead almost, like a ghost, if that makes kind of. But he's real enough that I can see him, and it's almost like he can touch me. But it just doesn't make any sense. He has armor on, and his face is just so gaunt, and the way he stares at me, it's like he wants something.
But I'm
But-
worried there was nothing there. You're
yeah,
imagining
well,
things as well.
I don't know, Marcus. I've seen him again. I saw him again that one night with you.
Yeah,
And I saw him
and
today.
I looked for it. There was nothing there.
Can I
But-
make
but
a check to see if I know what sort of creature he might be describing that's undead?
But
Make a. I would have to say. You'd need. I think you need a little bit more information.
Okay. Can you describe it some more?
well, I saw it today. Maybe 15 minutes ago. Maybe. I was sitting on the bed. Let's say you had just walked away, and I was just sitting there, minding my business. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and all of a sudden, I saw this face appear in the portal from where I was sitting, and he was just staring at me. His hand was on the glass, and his fingers, his hands, they were long like an elf's, but they didn't look like. It wasn't a skeleton necessarily, but it looked like just bones, like his skin, like every bit of blood in his body was sucked out, like he was just bone dry, and his skin was wrapping around his fingers and hands and his arms.
A history check. Let's see.
And I yelled and I fell back, and then I looked out the window and I saw him in the water. He was floating down the water, and he went down the waves, and I didn't see him again. I still don't understand what it could be. It just doesn't make any sense, and I feel like I'm going crazy,
You might
I
be.
feel like I'm just losing my mind.
Could be a side
you
effect of your magic.
Did you see him before we got the crystal?
Yes, I did.
That is important part as well.
Saw him actually right before we got the crystal. When we were on the lake heading to the lighthouse where we found the tunnel.
It sounds to you like some sort of lich.
I've heard a little about that sort of thing. It sounds like a lich, but
Oh, that is great. Just
I,
what we need.
I couldn't
What?
say.
Is typically blue, Amari? Like ghost blue?
Yeah, sort of dark blue color. Well, no. Sometimes I guess it depends on the light, but the most I've seen that is a blue color. But it doesn't make any sense still.
I am only guessing. My mentor, Nikolai, he specializes in hunting undead. He would know more for sure.
What is a lich?
It is a spellcaster that has basically become immortal.
Why doesn't anybody else see him?
It
Yeah. About. So when I was on the boat, watching Amari, I was on the back of the boat. Something actually did float under the boat, kind of looking like what Amari described. But I couldn't be sure, so I didn't tell anyone.
Why am I not surprised that you were the one that saw it? Why did nobody else? Like, I was next to Amari when he saw it. And I didn't see anything.
You said it had a blue glow, yes?
Yes.
Darmenicus, didn't you see something like that as well?
Yeah, that was during those times when right before we found the teleporting crystal. No, I don't think I would have known that yet. The crystal in the field.
Might be the light from the crystal.
Are you afraid of ghosts, Marcus?
No, I'm not. But I need to see them before I can tell you that if it's there or not.
Well, in this last case, Amari was alone down here, so nobody would see anyway. Perhaps we all can see it, but
Maybe he only chooses to show up when I'm alone.
If it is a lich, it would have access to many powerful magics.
But
which would
exactly,
be
that
one of
leads me to
them.
believe, what if it isn't? Because it hasn't done anything.
Right. Has not done a thing to him,
I
aside
don't
from
think you
scare the
saw.
shit out
I
of him.
don't think you would have seen it, man.
Oh, all right.
I
fine.
think she noticed it through like the sense undead thing.
Yeah, the eyes of the grave.
Oh,
Yeah, she
There was
did.
a lot
Yeah,
of shit in
actually
there,
did.
though.
She
then
got
you
it-
would
she got his
have
presence.
noticed. You would have noticed a presence. Yeah. Oh,
Among
sorry.
the
I
many
didn't know you
other
did.
dead crabs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was then. Yeah, you're right.
So these are the secrets you are sharing with each other. Craziness.
Welcome
Well,
to the
there's
group,
another
Marcus.
thing that I could mention actually that might be good to know. This one is a little more difficult to speak about for me because it's I get emotional sometimes. And I'm sorry that I've been talking so much. I mean, if you guys want to talk, I can wait. Is there anything you guys want to say?
I'm fine for now.
Well, I mean, I don't have anything. Does it have to be as big as you two?
No, as long as
Communication.
there's something.
Well,
Well, I'm trying to sort of air out the mattress, the rug, because I want everybody to know what is a possibility. I want everyone to understand that things may happen, and if we know about them, then we can handle the situation easier when it comes.
right. I point to Marcus. I did lie to you. On our way to Trostenwald. I do know who killed my family. It was also my family. My brother burned down that village. Yeah. Tough shit.
He just give you this stern face. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to tell you just because I don't know how you would be if you know family dynamic and stuff, and you being righteous. I thought you'd be like, well, we're gonna find him and we're going to bring him to justice. But I'm I'm just want to embrace him. You know, I haven't seen him in 10 years. Damn.
Do you want to find?
Oh yeah, I do.
You want to kill him?
No, I don't. I just want
Why
to know what
not?
happened. Because I want to know what happened. It's been
You
10
want to kill him
years.
afterwards?
His
No, I'm
desire
not
is
killing
for
him afterwards.
truth and vengeance.
Right.
He's
Look,
truth that drives.
he's the only family I got left, and this leads to this point.
Well, if he's
I
crazy,
have no other family, because our whole family has always just been, you know, one child. I only had a father, a mother, no uncles, no aunts, one grandfather, one grandmother. That's it. And that's been my family for generations. It was just this time that my father decided, hey, I'm gonna have more. So he had me, Isaiah, my brother, and we had a third one on the way. Yeah, yeah, my mother was pregnant during that time.
See.
And everything really went to hell from there. I told you guys I have an uncle. He's sort of like a friendly uncle, you know, someone who comes by. He's not really my real uncle.
Hmm.
So
Are you
It's-
the eldest? If I
yeah,
can ask.
I'm the firstborn son.
Hmm.
So you're looking for your brother Isaiah.
Yes, my younger brother.
Why did
People,
he leave? What happened to him? Why did he run away?
I don't know. He burned everything. He burned.
You have no inclination of any reason why you would have
No,
to do
the
that.
only thing he left me with was that this was their fault, and I don't know who there is. Hell, for 2.5 years, I thought there was my family, and even me. I thought he was blaming me for shit, but I then learned just bygones be bygones, and I just want to understand why he said that and why he's been gone ever since.
Wow, that's interesting.
Right.
Well, we'll do what we can to help you find your brother, Dominicus, and put this to rest.
if
Obviously,
you
it's
Well,
change your mind, we help you kill him.
we're not killing him. He's the
If it
only.
brings you peace,
He's the
it
only.
might.
He's the only brother I got, dude. And then I'm gonna be the only one.
But he killed your parents.
Yes. And an unborn child, if you want to think about it.
Will be logic to kill him. Makes
That's
you feel
what I
better.
thought for the first. That's what I thought for the first 3 years. But as time passes, you know, shit
Got
goes
soft.
into your head.
why just
You
kind of
know,
like
the
taps
heaviest.
his foot against Marcus's.
You know, the heaviest rain on water wears it down to become smooth.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
Mark is just like staring at you with his stern face.
You know, don't you ever wonder how a valley is created? Never mind, fuck
So
it.
Mark kind of cocks his head to the side for a second. He's like thinking about it, deep in
I
thought.
like it.
Fancy words
Yeah,
doesn't change the
I
facts.
understand. Okay, yeah, you're right, but still, it is something to be noted. And
Dominicus, where
like
did
I
this
said,
happen? Where is
my-
your
you're
village?
from the
next to?
Syrian
My village is
in the
up
Syrian
in,
Green Forest, right?
yeah, the northern part of the Syria Green Forest.
What we came out of.
Yeah,
Long
we
time
were
ago.
nearby that place because at that we're the temple we were at.
Yeah.
So your home was no longer there. He burned everything to the ground. Your whole village.
Yeah, he burned everything. I stayed behind, did whatever
How?
I could. I buried the bodies, whatever was left of the bodies, to be
Okay.
precise.
That
Where
was
were
very
you when he
noble. I
burned?
like that.
Where were you when he burned the village down?
I was out with my father, Gideon,
So
if you
how
want to
did your
know.
father live then?
My father, we were basically the head hunting family of our village.
Right.
and we provided food for everyone, but at the same time, we also provided things for traders who would come by.
Hmm.
Your father
And-
What
went into
happened to
the
him?
hut to save your mother.
Yes, when me and my father saw the smoke, we came back, and that's when we saw Isaiah, my mother, on the ground. My father approached, and that's when he burned him, and not by normal fire. It seemed magical, in a sense.
That is interesting.
Wizard.
I don't know. I never saw him read at all.
What
Well,
did you
that
do?
is good to know.
What did you do?
Me,
Yes.
I stood. I sat and
nothing.
watched the fire. I did nothing. What was I supposed to do? I was 16. Isaiah was 14. Hell, I don't
Not
think I could do the things that he did.
not
Nor
all
could I
are
even
as
defend myself from that. He
not
walked
all
past
are
me. Sorry.
sorry. Not all are as tough as you, Marcus.
Says I am tough.
Active, let's say that.
Logic.
Hmm.
The right thing will be to put an arrow in his back. Thing. Did this.
Well, sometimes the right thing cannot happen. Not
Right.
without time.
Well, I would also find it difficult to try and kill my brother, even though he may have done horrible things such as that. I understand where Dominicus is coming from, and well, we can all agree to try and do our best to understand this as well. But it is good to know.
Well, from all these stories, Dominicus was the one that made sense.
Well, I have another one. So to put it simply, I'm a little worried of going back to Exeter. I lied to all of you as well. I'm actually not from Zadash, and I actually remember one time I slipped up when talking to Marcus when he asked me where I was from, and I said Exeter. But that is originally where I'm from. To put it plainly, I come from a family of very gifted wizards. I'm sure most of you can sort of tell already, but my mother's side of the family, she was they were very good at what they did, and that is where my uncle was from. That was her brother. He was amazing at magic. He picked up on it at a young age very quickly, and soon enough, he became the Archmage of Enchantment in the Cerberus Assembly. And if you don't know what the Cerberus Assembly is, it's a sort of a conclave of different magic wizards and whatnot, and very, very powerful people that sort of oversee all sorts of magic in the Dwendalian Empire. So when I was younger, I don't know what happened, but one evening my father came home drunk, and he was yelling about something. He kept saying that my mother was a liar and a cheat, and that she had done something horrible to him. But I don't remember much, and needless to say, he strangled her to death. And Mario kind of reaches up and he's like scratching the side of his cheek. He strangled her to death, and I saw it happen in front of my own eyes. And then during the scuffle, something happened and it sparked a flame. I think my mother was cooking and she managed to throw a boiling pot of water on the curtains, and when she fell, it set the house on fire. And luckily, the guards came after my father had killed himself, which I saw as well. And I was dragged out of the house, and I never saw my parents again after that. But beyond that, I don't have any other extended family. The only person that I had was my uncle. Um, I had a few cousins here and there, but they were much too far away for ever to. None of them hardly knew me, and my uncle, being in the direction to Rome itself, took me in, and he raised me from a young boy. He started teaching me how to do different types of magics, And eventually, I picked up on it. I was very good. I remember when I was younger, all I used to do was sit outside underneath this large oak tree and just I read books all day long about magic and the weave and different aspects of spellcasting. I wanted to become like my uncle, and in some ways, I'm on that path. But as I got older, I was enrolled in sort of a school for the magically gifted. Um, and I just went through the school as best as I could. I did everything I could to keep my academics at the top of the class. I did not have very many friends, and admittedly, I was bullied for a long time. Probably because my uncle was such of such high standing, the other kids were jealous, and they did horrible things to me. But I graduated eventually, and I moved on to college, university for magic as well. I enrolled under the Abjuration banner, and I went about schooling. And it was better then. It was much better, actually. I made a few friends. I was learning magic a lot quicker than I assumed. Um, I was in there for maybe 3 years, and I had a few different struggles that I won't get into right now. But one day, I was returning home from my university to the house, and when I got upstairs, I went to go look for my uncle, and he was slaughtered upstairs in his tower. He was just dead. His throat was slit open, like someone had snuck in and killed him, in like a thief in the night. It just took his life.
Might have been a thief.
So I don't know who it was, but
Thieves do not kill people if they can help it.
it's an assassin thing. It killed him, and I don't know why, but my theories lead me to believe that it's because he was an archmage, and according to Niles, he was also very skilled at torture. I assume he interrogated people, and maybe that is what was the cause. I'm not quite sure, but that doesn't matter because the, the murder of my uncle, it was pinned on me. He, for some reason, the guards thought that I did it. I don't know why to this day. I feel like I was framed. I was framed. And when I was about to leave, I got this message from Niles Castora. I did not know who he was at the time, but he told me to go to Nicodronas with what money I had, and that is where I met Molgor. And well, the rest is just history, and that's when I met you guys. So, to be honest, my uncle passed away less than a year ago.
You like
And
your uncle, and now he has this interrogator face. Did you
I
like your
loved him.
uncle?
I loved him. He was one of the best men that I knew. He was very patient with me when he taught magic. He knew what he was talking about. He showed me very many different tricks. That's honestly probably how I became such well a good wizard when it comes to books, but I didn't have
Hmm.
the field knowledge like he had.
He's obvious the way he talks about him.
I love my uncle. Difex is his name, by the way. He was amazing. When Niles told me that he tortured people, I still don't believe him. I don't understand how he could have done something like that. It just doesn't make sense to me. Either way, he was a very skilled wizard, and he was very good at enchantments. He used to get commissions from people all the time, and that is why he had so much money. He used to make crazy things, like he would make mirrors that could teleport you to from here to Taldore. He would make earrings, earpieces, sort of devices that you could talk to somebody from clear across the ocean. He made insane feats, and he was still pushing the bounds of magic itself and enchantments. The work he was doing was something extraordinary, but because his life was taken, he can't continue it. And I want to figure out why it is that he was assassinated, who killed him, and for what reason. And I also want to clear my name. So the Lexington is a difficult place for me because there are people there that are looking for me. It may not be as prevalent as it was a few months ago when it happened, but I assume that if I get recognized, then it's going to cause a stir. So if we ever go to Rexentrum, I'm going to have to keep myself hidden.
All right, good to know.
And I never actually registered under the Cerberus Assembly's wizards, so they're also pissed off at me as well. Look, I know I have a lot of baggage, but I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I was trying to do it on my own, but I don't know. With you here, I don't know. Perhaps you could lessen the load.
I don't think so.
Yes.
We'll bear this
Good.
alone. Pain in your heart is yours alone. I can bear it for you.
Mari,
What
his,
about
his
you,
gaze
Leslie?
kind of gets kind of long, and he like looks down at the floor.
What about you, Lesia? Have any secrets?
Lucia just kind of sits there for a moment, thinking. I do not remember anything before I was 8. I have no idea who my parents are. Or where I am from.
Makes it easier to live, I guess.
I do not even know if they're still alive.
Hmm.
Do you want to find them?
I don't know. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I think it's better I don't.
Better to forget, eh?
Hmm.
Well, I mean, it could be like, whoever raised you could be better than your real parents. I mean, who knows? I mean, people who raised me were assholes, so I'm hoping I can, find my real parents eventually.
I can relate to that. Who is your mother? You miss her.
Oh! Well, no, because, yeah, I don't see her face as often as I'd like, but, I mean, Mom's pretty cool. She talks to, Lesia and me.
Wait, what?
She's really pretty. She's got, I don't know how, but she's got hair that just goes on forever. Cool, and she's got, a really nice dress. Merla always, sat on her arm. Weird bird, but... Yeah,
Marcus looks
I mean...
confused on to the others. But you
Well, I'm sure you've, seen temples of her and stuff.
need to explain that.
I had an
That's just
idea.
my
of
mom.
who
It's
she
not
was.
what's weird. What's weird about that being my mom? That's just my mom.
Who is your
Well,
mom?
I don't know her name. I just call her mom. What's
the
Lesia?
Raven.
Lesia calls her the Raven Queen. I call her mom.
Okay. She's your mother. All right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Thanks coming together.
I mean, I've only told you that every time.
You did. The Raven Queen is your mother.
Okay, why does it sound stupid when you say it when I have to tell you it?
Sean is busting up, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I just said. 4 times in a row. I can't count very.
Okay. I guess we're done here. More pressing matters, important matters are up there. Thank you for sharing everything.
Sean just pulls the jar open and steps to the side.
And thank you for including me in this. Not all of it.
I think we freaked him out.
That man has no subtlety. Oh god.
Time will come.
There is a reason I did not share the other obvious one.
Yeah.
Well, people always ask, like, who are your parents? Where are you from? It's like, it's not that weird.
Right, who's your daddy? What does he do?
Oh, no, my dad's a demon. That would have freaked him out.
Maybe another
Sure.
time then.
Yeah, Mari's gonna get up and like walk out.
The look on his face. Oh, it was I would pay gold for that. All right. See you two later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
that's
there's-
weird. Like, that's not weird, is it?
Plus, he just shrugs. Probably not the best judge on what's weird and what isn't.
We should probably try to find your parents. And I know sort of where my mom is.
I think the family that the priestess at the temple mentioned might be a clue.
Oh. The ones you're looking for.
Maybe.
We
She
should look
mentioned that I kind of like hold up the silver raven clasping the sapphire. It's like she mentioned that this belonged to a family called the Feathorns. Perhaps I am related to them somehow.
Maybe the name's not familiar to me, but you know, if we keep our ears open, I'm sure we'll find something.
I've also seen a few things that might be leading toward Shady Creek Run. It's a place in the mountains near Rexentrum, a bit of a ways.
Oh, I don't really know where that is, but it sounds interesting.
I'm not entirely sure where I am from, so it is hard to say if that is the right way to go, but it
Oh.
might be.
Well, I know where I'm from. It's just really hard to get back.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah, I feel like, you know, now that everyone's on the same page, we can kind of prepare for, well, whatever it is. Yeah, it's an it. Don't know. But yeah, I'm feeling a little better. I think whatever that drink was helped.
Good. I think I should stay here tonight.
Oh, yeah, probably a good idea.
I am a light sleeper, so
Oh, yeah. I mean, if worse comes to worse, you know, like reach around my bag. Oh, yeah. Here, my parents used to lock me up and chain me in the tower when I was a kid. I'm used to it. You need to. Don't
I
let anyone else do it.
would rather not.
Oh, okay.
She kind of glances at the manacles, a little unsettled.
As you guys prepare and everybody else gets on the deck and night starts to fall, the Emerald's Eye is out at sea, traveling throughout the coast, throughout the Lucidian Ocean, and making waves. And that is where we will end tonight's session, everybody. Woo!
Nice.
Yeah.
And
And remember, you say, Karun.
And remember, it's totally as planned.